Hey guys, and welcome to episode I don't give a fuck. No, I'm just kidding. Episode 7 of Mysteries of Selindor. If I seem salty today, it's because microphone's dumb. But let's go ahead and try to have a fun night anyways. So, last week, the team finished another statue of the pass. They found themselves in a large sort of cavern with a lake in the middle, with a large four-armed statue on top of it, and four statues leading off to different paths in four corners of this. Okay, four directions of a circular room. As they went through each one, they went through many challenges. There was a room full of a whole bunch of traps. There was a room full of skeletons and cursed objects. There was a room with the statues that wanted to shoot lasers at a crystal. And there was another room that was just full of a bunch of monsters that they beat the shit out of. They came through triumphant. Nobody died, even though it was a challenge rating 7 creature. Which just tells me there's too many of them, first of all. And second of all, I nerfed the creature too much.
Ropsy did get one-shotted, so...
That's true.
But I nerfed it too much, and I shouldn't have. But it's fine, because they successfully killed it. Good for them. Kudos. 4 different orbs with some inset carvings, like carvings that seemed like they were done almost from the inside, fell to the ground. They recollected themselves, thinking some sort of trap or something was going to fall from the ceiling. I don't know. They all ran. It was so quick. I was really confused. And then they collected all their items and all that shiz, and they're currently standing at the entrance of this cavern all together. Cleary's like, oh dear goodness, that was... Whew. Well, I do suppose I owe you some some Phoenix tokens then. Here you are, and he hands you 3 Phoenix tokens. Whoever is willing to accept them, he's got 3 in his hand. That's 3,000 gold.
Has he activated them?
He has activated them.
Well, thank you. So, right. We found... Sorry, I don't remember last episode very well. Did we found another statue here.
You didn't find any statues.
No.
What you found were 4 orbs. And Mood, you're muted.
I hadn't said anything yet.
Oh, you were just going...
I was like, no, you guys are good. Like,
okay, so we found a whole bunch of orbs, and we killed a statue.
Yes.
And do we
4
think...
orbs, not a whole bunch.
Well, okay.
Like a half a bunch.
A half a bunch of orbs. A quarter of a bunch. Okay, well, I guess we should get them identified. Like all the other stuff we've looted. And are we sure there's nothing else here? We're good?
I would love to identify them, but, I mean, I'm a bit tapped out. Oh, wait, that's not his voice. Dear God, what's wrong with me? I'd love to identify them, but I'm a bit tapped out.
Oh, well, you need, maybe tomorrow then, huh?
That voice change was alarming.
It is jarring.
What time is it in game?
late.
It's like 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh god, we should all sleep.
You all did
Well,
sleep. That's the
we-
Well,
problem.
we slept at
Yeah,
the
we
middle
slept
of the
before
day
the fight.
yesterday. But yeah, we could
We're
sleep
all
away the
wide
rest,
awake right now.
rest of the night and then get a normal start in the morning, though. I mean, I wouldn't mind.
To be
that.
honest with you, I'm not sleepy.
We probably should
You-
try and catch up at least a little bit.
You want
I'm
to...
care about
not very sleepy as well. We all took a very long rest there.
Well, okay, so...
But if you
Alright,
insist,
well-
we can-
We'll put it on the back burner then. As soon as you're able to identify things again, let us know. We'll have you identify the things we just found and see what kind of value they might have for us. Or someone.
Sure.
And I guess we all get back on the trail and either try to catch up to the caravan or get to the next statue if they've already passed it.
Well, as far as I know, it's probably another 12 hours before the next statue at a normal pace. Not really sure if we'll make it there before we meet up with the caravan or not.
Well, if they're not traveling during the night, then we could get a considerable No.
Was there
Art.
supposed to be a statue in this cave?
Well, we killed it.
I think we broke it. Yeah.
Haha, I'm good at this.
It's really hard to say. I mean, it seemed to be something that was happening in the other rooms, but this one seemed to be different.
Yeah,
Not really
remember, I
sure.
did tell you, and you thought I was making shit up, but I swear these were different people.
Does the water have any glow to
That.
it anymore?
Since you pulled the things, no.
Okay.
So the 4-armed statue was probably the statue for this one.
Yeah, but the herbs are what made it, magic and stuff. So the herbs are basically the statue as far as I'm concerned.
Sure.
I mean, it's highly possible. Could I see one of the orbs? They do look rather nice.
I don't know who has the herbs. But...
I have.
I know
2.
Beelan has one that came out of the head.
Yep.
Other than
Perhaps
that,
he has one.
perhaps he has one. Okay.
I'll hand him one of the ones that I have just for now.
Oh, right. And he just pulls some little, basically like bifolds up to his eyes and checks them out. But it's up to you guys what you want to do. He's gonna need some time to look at that before he's got anything to say.
Those little grunts you did for him made me think he was gonna start beatboxing. I don't know if that's just me. It might be the drugs.
I definitely could use a rest before we get into the next location, but I think it still would be a good idea to try to catch up.
Press
Well,
on
we
for a
can-
few hours and then rest.
Yeah,
well,
that's-
certainly we could rest upon reaching the next statue.
But as long as everybody thinks they can travel in the dark, because it is a dangerous path, and we do have people with us that, like, there's a child, and
Well, I can provide light for anyone that needs it.
I'm good. Then
Okay. And I'm quite familiar with the path, so I'll make sure none of you die.
we'll help you do that.
Very well.
You should get that in writing.
You don't need everything in writing. You're such a worrywart.
Yeah.
So, you guys have decided to meet back up with the group and start walking?
I think so.
Think
Sure.
so.
Yes.
So outside, you guys step out and you hear Fjorn say, "That was very loud inside. Did you blow up something?"
We killed a statue.
Oh,
Another statue.
Yeah.
I kind
Was
of
it-
glance over at the winged statue that's
was it a
destroyed.
mean statue that you blew up? Or
Yes.
are you just a hater of the third-dimensional arts?
No, it was a mean statue. It stabbed me with a dagger that had poison
Oh, that
on
is
it.
very rude for statues. Very rude.
Speaking of which, let me check my spells.
Okay.
I'm going to cast healing word on myself. Just in case we get ambushed or something.
Very well.
I rolled a
If
one.
whenever you're all ready, then I suppose we could head out. Well, we all had a bit of a rest while you did. Except for those two over there. They seem to have stayed awake the whole time.
Thanks for keeping watch. I say in Elvish.
They still just wave at you.
Okay,
And-
let's go, everybody. Pack up and move out.
Oh, okay. So it takes about 30 minutes to get everything packed up and put back together and onto backs. And then everybody begins moving slowly at night, and you're keeping light up.
Anyone that needs it, yep.
All right, so I mean, figure probably one at the front. Grimm's probably got one, his staff lit, and then probably light the orb as
Brapsy.
well, or Brapsy.
I have
So-
light stick.
So you have a couple light sticks lighting the way. It's a bit perilous because it's dark, and even
I'll
with
have
the
to
light,
refresh it every hour.
Okay, so every hour. And it's a little dark, and I suppose you probably stagger them a little bit, so one goes out, you know it's time for the next one to go. Or to light that one back before the next one goes. Because you're not dumb.
Nope, I am very smart.
As you guys are making your way down the path, after about an hour of travel, you do see what look like rods sticking out perpendicular to the walking path, just along the edge of the cliff. Some of them are...
Vertical or horizontal?
They're perpendicular to the path, so they're going up vertical.
Okay.
So some of them are about like 3 feet tall. Some of them are just like all the way driven in almost. And it almost looks like it forms like a sort of guardrail along the way. And at first there's only a few here or there. And then as it continues to go, they seem to be becoming more and more frequent. So every now and again, you'll see that instead of one of these thick rods, that again, these rods are about 3 inches thick. The further you go, you actually start seeing every now and again there's a sword plugged into the ground along the way, or like a battle axe that seems to have just broken slightly or worn away over time. And they become so frequent that there's almost just this sort of like moving path, like almost like a guardrail the whole way through the pass. And Cleary is looking at this. Oh, yes, I've heard about these. These are the Pillars of Remembrance, I believe is what they're called. They say that they start near where many are lost. I believe the story is for each person that goes missing on the path, they plant a remembrance. It also serves to help them from falling. Those of the future gives them something to hold on to. Sad, really, but also quite striking. I hear at sunrise, it's quite a sight to behold with the striking. Just sort of gauges everybody's reaction and then quiets down.
I just hope it works better than a rope.
But yeah, as you guys continue walking for the next hour after that, if you wanted to count, you'd probably say there were hundreds as you walked along the pass, realizing just how dangerous this place actually is for the first time. Oh no, my D20. Okay.
Are there
And
any
that's
that
basically
seem...
what happens. Only it's people, not D20s.
D20 just went off the cliff.
Are there any that seem particularly well adorned, or are they just like basic, like long swords, axes, spears, anything like that?
Make me an investigation check.
I can do that. Maybe.
Damn.
I have to remember how Roll20 works. You said investigation?
Yeah.
13.
13. There are some that are nicer than others. You're not sure if they're made out of a nicer material or anything like that. You don't find anything that would strike you, with your knowledge of Arcana, to be like a magical item or anything like that. But there's a few that seem to have a little bit of like jewel encrusted on the hilt, and you can see a lot of them that did have that have actually had their jewels removed, but you can tell that they had them at one point. Like somebody who had walked the pass actually took the time to remove the gems, but not remove the sword.
How rude.
But yeah, nothing that's really like gotta have it, right?
Okay.
Does anybody else want to do anything, or should I have you do another hour of walking?
I think I'm just walking.
Okay. Well, fair enough. The scene is fairly unchanging the rest of the way. As you go, you do start to see where there have been some fresh repairs made to the pass. Some wood, some freshly forced out of the wall stone. It definitely looks like the caravan had to break to repair something once again. So maybe you're not as far behind them as you might have been otherwise. As you continue walk another hour after that, constantly turning on the lights. And in the distance, I would say that because of the shield, your passive perception is pretty high, right, Bropsy? Bropsy? Nikita?
Hello, sorry, what?
What's your passive perception?
Oh shoot! Hold on, let me check.
Because it's plus 5. with
Yeah,
the-
I do have that thing. The heck.
Most this way, Mitnir has just been staring at Arn's back.
It's like waiting for wings to pop out.
Just like
18.
18. Oh, well, your
Yeah.
past perception is 18. All right, so looking up ahead, you see something against the black of the sky, probably about a mile off. And it doesn't look like it's too big, but it's definitely floating about maybe 100 feet above the pass, and it's descending upon it.
So wait. What?
Something's coming.
I do not think you would know what this is, because I don't think you've ever seen it before, based on your history.
Well, I'll just alert Oren.
You just see what looks, and it
Or
looks like it's
whatever I
moving
see.
like slowly and unnaturally just down upon it.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm definitely gonna fly down and tug on him and be like, there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see something?
I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look right.
Is it like ahead of us or coming towards us?
Can he see it once I point it out to him?
Make me a perception check.
Six.
No, you really can't. It's pretty dark. And it's pretty far away. Whatever this is, it looks like it itself is colored to match the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely very nighttime stealth.
Should we take cover or what do you think?
How big is it?
Make me an intelligence check, because you're looking at it from about a mile away. So that doesn't look that big, because again, the distance, but it's hard to say for sure.
Mm-hmm.
14.
Oh boy, let me scroll all the way down. Yeah, okay. I would say that based on what you can see, it's probably about 100 feet from tip to tip.
Uh-huh.
And that's at the largest point of it. It's a very odd shape.
What kind of an odd shape?
Kind of looks like a football. But Bropsy doesn't know what that is, so it's just kind of like
There's
this weird
a big
oblong
dark
shape.
squished egg in the sky, and it's big.
Wait, what?
Big. That's
A big egg.
everyone just looks up into the night.
Yeah, if anybody
Yes.
wants to
Do
make a
any of us see
perception
it?
check, you can. If you don't have
Like-
night vision, roll with disadvantage.
how else am I supposed to describe?
I got an
hand
11.
egg?
11.
20.
All right.
Thank
I
God,
want to
I'm not the
roll,
only
but
one.
I gotta find it. That's persuasion.
I'm too drugged to be responsible for things right now.
Yep, don't see anything.
Get these
Okay,
guys to your
so
back.
steady.
Oh yeah, it's a big egg.
You see it, and looking ahead of you, make me a history check.
Oh
I
boy.
guess that's as good as anything else to figure out if you know. what these are.
11.
Yeah, that's probably enough. It's an airship.
Yeah, it's an egg that carries people and is like magic and stuff.
So yeah, when you look at
It's
it, you
called an
see that this
airship.
is the large floating blimp part at the top. That's actually made out of pure black fabric. And then underneath it, there's like a large boat. But it's harder to see because it's actually like level with the rocks below. And as this thing continues to descend closer down below, it seems like it's meeting almost with the pass. It's just hovering maybe about 50 feet above it.
So, I mean, it's got a black blimp, which feels a little suspicious. Like they might be trying to be sneaky to like pirate people. But I really don't know. I can't say. I mean, maybe we should be worried. I don't know. How often do people get attacked by airships out here?
I've never heard of such a thing happening. The whole point of the airships is to avoid the pass.
What
Hmm.
if that's how people go missing?
Maybe they need help. Maybe they have like a magic thingy that's broken and the airship is not flying anymore.
Ah, I wouldn't know. I'm an artist, not a mechanic.
Hmm.
But you said it's coming down slowly. I would think if something broke.
Maybe. Well, yeah, it does seem fairly
It's
controlled.
really a question about what it is you all want to do about this. Because
Maybe
that's
we
very
should put
ominous.
out our lights and try to be stealthy ourselves in case they are pirates. We don't want to like be a beacon for
Fair
them
enough.
to like
But
come
if we're going
attack.
to do that, probably best we hold on to the. And he grabs the ropes on the wall.
Oh yeah, everybody like lock in.
Art, hold on to someone who can see.
Yeah, especially if you can't hear.
I could also scout ahead since I can travel a lot faster than the rest of you.
I mean, I don't want.
I mean, you could.
It might not be a bad idea, but also
The real
like.
problem is that if they see you, there's a very real chance that they might attack you if they're.
Yeah, I don't want you to be out there by
monsters.
yourself if you get like ambushed or something. Look at the encounter.
Oh, you saw that, did you?
Can't sneak anything by me. Not today.
You missed one last week.
Last week I was all off my game.
I think it's probably best that we treat this with a bit of I mean, if you're stealthy flyer, maybe. Just
I would say maybe
I'm
like
not proficient in stealth,
just
but I do
stay-
have a +3.
I vote that you just stay with us and we just wait and see what happens. I'll get
Grim can be invisible for a moment.
okay, but you can't fly though.
I can not fly.
Well, he can, but only in one direction.
You're funny.
Not up.
Oh, this is true. I can fly down very quickly.
Okay, well, let's not do that. I vote we all just stay together. We stay quiet. Everybody's put out your lights, yes? And
Yes,
Grab-
Graham's light is gone.
grab the ropes if you cannot see, and somebody who can see, make sure you are watching the people who can't see. And we're all just going to
But
hold it.
I can, on the other hand, turn into a bug or a
A bug would
snake
be
or
good.
something, and I can go and investigate it.
Yeah, if you can turn into a small flying bug, they probably wouldn't see that.
I
Whoa, he can't fly when he does that.
cannot turn into
Oh.
something that can fly.
Oh.
Only I can do that.
Can you
Hey,
turn
Peter.
into a small flying bug?
You've never tried it, Dropsy. You do feel like in your dream you felt yourself like touched by this thought that you know you
Mhm.
can feel something like
Mhm.
the magic is there.
Mhm.
You definitely never tried it before.
Oh boy. Okay. I turn into a spoopy.
Okay, so she kind of you just watch as she
And I'm
said,
like,
as she
wait,
sort of
can I still talk?
no.
Oh. Okay.
However, there is somebody in your party who can communicate you via telepathy. As you begin to like you watch as Brapsy squidges her eyes really tight, and then she just kind of like in this sort of like puff of pink feather and dust just turns into this tiny little peak flying beetle.
Gross.
Boodle.
Oh, it's pretty. It's all shiny.
Never knew they came in pink though.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to be, but you can be black if you want, or any other color you want to be.
I kind of like the thought of like a dark iridescent pink.
Yeah.
Okay.
That just sounds really cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Super
so
cool.
you turn into this, and it's like a stag, bigger one, and yeah, you're you're doing it. You're definitely this thing.
How long can I hold that?
I think it's like 8 hours or something.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Oh.
do I fly so
1
slow
hour.
now?
1
Do I
hour.
still fly at my same speed?
Oh no, it's way slower.
Fuck. There goes the whole point.
I mean, you'd be like traveling as fast as they are, like sprinting. So it's not like it's.
Yeah, you're still faster, just not
Okay.
as fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to fly ahead, you can.
I mean, I want to talk to whoever can whoever can talk to me.
Well, I won't reveal that because they haven't done it before.
I'm just gonna like up to their little faces, and hopefully one of them will get the gist.
I can send a message, I think, but I don't know if you can understand it.
Wouldn't it be a
Oh,
Jim?
No, there's a person in this party who's
No?
here right now
Okay.
who can
Oh.
communicate with any creature telepathically.
I will send a telepathic
Gonna
message
say it's either the warlock or the
to the
SMR.
tiny spooky thing.
I just didn't want to reveal who it was if they wanted to keep it to themselves.
I appreciate it. Is there something else you needed?
I mean, am I going through with this now that I can do this?
You are already a bug, so yeah, probably.
Okay.
You also have like this strange urge to just eat leaves.
Okay.
She's just smacking into every surface on the way over.
Good thing she didn't become a bumblebee.
Beetles are pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah, if anybody, a good thing
Like,
nobody has.
June
been-
bugs and Japanese beetles, they're so dumb.
Yeah, you're very lucky that everybody doused their light, so you have nothing to just like over and over again. You've got your faculties enough to know. Oh, I'm supposed to go towards that big thing.
Okay, I go towards the big thing.
Are you guys continuing to move along the path as she's doing so, or are you just gonna stay
Oh,
here
yeah.
a mile
I
away?
think
I'm-
just
I'm
very,
continuing.
very slowly, just to get
So
away
you're
from
just
where
gonna-
the
you're
light
gonna
was last
move
seen.
at like half her pace or something like that.
Just super slowly.
We're trying to sneak along, or
No, I'm worried they're going to the caravan. So I'm trying to push from behind, like, come on.
All right, so Mitnir's moving, and other people, because of that, like because of his shoving you, like stealth is useless. So it's up to you how fast you want to move.
Well, like we have to go slow because some people can't see in the dark. It is like pitch black, I assume, or maybe there's a little bit of moonlight. But so like let's not trip anybody off the cliff or anything. But we will.
Yes, well, move carefully. Yes, of course.
maybe
Fair
like,
enough.
Maybe like half
Worst
speed.
case scenario, follow Reginald's butt lights. And then you watch as he kind of
But we don't want any
tail-
light.
the tail on the horse lifts a bit, and you can just see like a dull red glow.
Is disgusting.
I'm gonna hold my staff out behind me so that anyone who doesn't have dark vision can grab onto it. So that if they try to run off, maybe I'll feel less tension and
Yeah.
notice.
The horse has a tail light, so
Mhm. But is it like we don't want any light? We don't want them to see it and then come here and kill us.
it's like pretty dim. Like it's not like he's not breaking. He's just
He's
The
not.
car's on.
Okay.
Not in
Oh my
reverse.
God.
That'd be a white light.
Backup
It
lights
starts
on.
beeping loudly.
no. Reginald, be quiet. Shoosh, shoosh. Kidding. So you guys are following. Archibald's leading the way because he seems confident about traveling through the pass, and he's just kind of. And as you guys begin to move, it's about another 30 minutes before Nikita, in your bug form, you find yourself looking above at a scene of what looks like a large to you, very large to you, a large airship with black
Mhm.
sails
Mhm,
hovering above the pass.
mhm.
There's some light, which you guys are also starting to approach enough to see that there's a little bit of light, but it's very
Mhm.
dim below, and you see what looks like about almost a dozen individuals There are corpses on the ground. The pass has been, after where these individuals are, has been collapsed for about, looks like maybe 30 yards of the pass has just been completely collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
there
by
is
yards, you mean feet, right?
What?
no
Everything's
mean-
in feet. Come on.
60 feet.
Okay.
No, it's not.
That would be 90 feet.
90 feet. So for about 90 feet, it's just completely collapsed. Piles of rock and no floor. And then you see there are a few corpses laying there at the back of this area. There is one of the carts seems to have gone off the edge of the cliff. You can see the drag marks, but you can see that they are in the midst of hooking up the large metal cart to what look like chains and a series of ropes that are attached to the
Mm-hmm.
airship.
Okay. Couple questions.
Hmm.
The dead people. Did they? Can I tell if they died in a rock slide or if they died because of other people?
You are a bug. Make me an intelligence check at disadvantage.
I am a bug.
I mean, I know the bug's
let
got its
me
own
see.
intelligence, but we'll just say a disadvantage.
Ugh.
I
Do I
don't
see
know.
red?
An 11? It's fair to say they did not die of natural causes.
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, I mean, a rock slide wouldn't be natural causes.
They weren't killed by anything from nature either.
Do I wait? Do I see
There's some there's some shiny sticky things. That
Do
went
I
into
see the people from the airships?
There's about half a dozen people, yeah, surrounding this thing and
Okay.
around and
What
corpses. And...
do they look like bandits? Do they have any notable races or?
Most of them seem to have their hoods up.
Mhm.
In the darkness, there's a couple broody looking dudes, and then
Mhm.
there's an individual who seems to be slightly less shielded from view, who's
Mhm.
just giving them orders.
Okay.
And is just kind of sitting there laughing at things and pushing a couple corpses off of the edge of the cliff.
Okay. Uh-huh. Do I recognize any of the corpses?
Make me an intelligence check.
Now, just for clarification, are we talking like blimp has a big like blimp above it with a ship hanging below, or magical like just
Yeah, blimp
sails?
blimp
Okay.
with. Yeah, when I said sails, I meant the blimp part.
Right. I was clarifying. That's all.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
you're good.
what?
It's not sails, it's blimp that basically
Oh.
holds. Yeah. You do recognize them as the group that well, I guess I can pull up their actual names. Let me just go up to the top of this real quick.
Oh, don't bother. I won't remember.
Well, for everybody else,
Okay.
everybody who wants to know. All of the members of the heavy metal cart. So that was the guy who owned it, the one that was like really pissy looking. Him and his 4 men are all dead. The really nice half orc female and Goliath are both dead.
Oh, I don't remember them at all, but
The ones
They were
that give you
nice.
guys food every morning.
oh, that's real sad.
From what you can see, Jiras is also dead.
No idea who that is. Okay.
Was that the
He was
cleric?
the cleric.
Okay, I should probably write this down because Bropsy would know that.
Those are the corpses that you see that they're again they pushed a couple of the group that were with the man with the black metal cart off of the edge. And then they're also they're moving along and they're looting the cleric and everybody else as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They're in the midst of that, but it's taking them a while to figure out the best way to hook up this cart.
Mm-hmm. What is in the cart?
You have no idea. It's not open to the top. It's completely closed.
Oh, okay.
It's like a sealed, solid iron black box.
Uh-huh. And this airship you said was like massive, like yacht size?
It's not super. It's about 100 feet from end to end. Was your estimation up close? It looks like it's closer to 50 feet from end to end.
Oh, okay.
It's not quite as big as you thought, but it's a functional airship that probably crews about, maybe has like a 20-30 person capacity.
Okay. How far behind me
You have no idea.
would they be? Oh, okay. Well, and I can't notice any like distinguishing, like they don't have like tattoos or like
You're
any
beetleized.
symbol. Okay. Look, I'm trying to be thorough here, okay?
Yeah, you're thinking about leaves a little bit too.
Okay. Oh fuck, I'm real hungry. Okay, I guess I head back now.
You don't have like a little tiny little notebook and a little tiny quill. And you just take notes.
That'd be adorable.
So as you guys, the sheep begins heading back along the pass, I need you to make me an intelligence check so that you actually navigate well enough to find
Oh
them.
my god.
Goes back to full size. How do I read this now?
Yeah. I need whoever wants to make a perception check if you want to be looking out for her. Otherwise, she's gonna fly right
Yeah.
past you guys.
Oh no.
Definitely
Oh,
trying
no.
to look out for her.
Yeah,
Not very
Maybe.
successfully though.
16.
Greed. You've been more or less keeping your eye out for her, and then trying to keep your mind open for her. And you do see her sort of pass by, just flying right past you. It only took her about 10 minutes to get to where you guys
Oh
are. But,
jeez.
and then she just continues to buzz right by, and you just sort of hear the sound of it, just catches your ear, and then you look and you just see
Can you
her
do
just
that sound?
little like flash of pink going straight by you.
How far off is she?
About 10 feet above you guys.
Can I try to? This is gonna be really mean, and I'm really sorry.
No! You could just say something!
I could.
You son of a bitch.
I'm just gonna try to like poke her with the staff real quick to get her attention.
That's gonna kill me. I'm a
make an
fucking
attack.
beetle.
Make an attack? Oh shit.
Yeah, to try to poke
You-
her.
Yeah, you're still trying to hit, even if you're not trying to.
Nope.
Natural one. Yeah, so you're trying to just poke her, but instead you actually flop her, and the bug form falls, and you watch as she falls out of the sky, and she is not directly above the land. So she begins to plummet off of the edge.
Oh, I thought
Oh
she was
my
10 feet like directly above us.
Yeah, but you kind of flop her,
Oh
and she
my God.
flies to the
Oh
side,
my god, oh my god, am I gonna
turns
die?
back into Bropsy, and you watch
So,
she plummets off the
as
side of the
Bropsy-
cliff.
as
fly.
bird me.
As bird you.
You killed me.
It doesn't kill you.
You literally killed me.
When
And then I reverted.
Right, so you see as she flies down,
you might take like here.
she didn't take any
Do
points
I
of
wait-
damage.
Yeah, you didn't take
Do
any
I
damage.
wake up? Do I wake up?
You had 1 HP as a beetle.
Do I wake up?
Yes, you're a beetle.
Okay.
You turn from a beetle to a person, and you're just. Or to
I don't know
a,
if I wake up from that.
Yeah, when
As
you
a
kill the
druid-
beetle, it goes back to
You
your.
literally killed the beetle. That's the
Yeah.
you killed me. I am
You're
upset.
awake.
Okay, so I
Fly.
I wait. Hold on.
So, anyways,
Hold
you catch yourself and begin flying back up to the pass, yelling at him. I guess.
And there goes all stealth.
I hit him back.
With a shillelagh, you cast shillelagh and then hit him with a shillelagh.
Okay, I guess I don't need to cast Shillelagh. That doesn't wait. No, Shillelagh gives me advantage to hit, right?
No, shillelagh makes your staff harder, so it hits worse.
Okay, I don't need to hit harder. I just want to make sure I hit him.
Yeah, I mean, just taking away whatever bonus you would get from it to hit, because you might have a bonus to hit. You still hit. So
Okay. Give him a quick
Okay.
whop on the head like that was
go ahead and
unnecessary.
just. I think it's probably like a D4 if it's just a stick. So roll a D4.
D6.
It's a D6. Roll a D6. 3 points of damage plus your strength modifier.
I don't have that.
Okay.
I'm weak.
Well, what is your strength modifier? Because it's something. It's either
Literally
0 or-
zero.
Okay, so you do 3 point. You take 3 points of damage as she flops you on the head. She flies back onto the pass and she hits you with a stick.
Hey, I could have insulted you instead. I made sure that you didn't fly past. Ow.
You could have killed me. Okay, everybody, stop.
We
Those
stop.
people are bad. We need to back the fuck up.
They're pirates.
They're bad.
What happened? What
They
are
were-
they doing?
Let's start walking away, and I'll tell you.
What? You guys are still like 100 feet off.
Can we see
100 feet? Okay.
like any of the,
Well,
the
it's not
remnants
it's
and
even
stuff
more than
now?
100 feet. It's like you're far enough away that they have no idea. Like it's like 1,000
Okay,
feet,
okay.
I guess. It's
When you
pretty
said
far.
10 minutes, I
Yeah.
was thinking we were real close. Okay.
I mean, 10 minutes.
10 minutes is a long way.
It's a long way.
Well, look, I'm a slow walker, okay, so that means nothing to me.
I said a mile for 30
really
minutes.
is.
That's totally
Okay.
bullshit. Like it was
Anyway,
probably 10 minutes. Like whatever.
so I flew up over there, and I saw that there were at least a dozen people, and it looks like they killed. They killed some of the people. I don't know how many, but I saw Jiras and the orc that fed us, and the metal cart was like dangling off the edge, and they were what?
So they killed everybody and like threw them over the edge?
They were throwing people off and laughing. So I don't know how many they actually threw off before I got there, but that's just what I saw.
I knew they were pirates. They're just trying to. And if they threw the cart over the edge, then they didn't try
Not
to
the metal
steal.
cart. They threw
That was-
the supply cart for the thing is it's slid over the edge.
Oh.
The metal
Wait.
cart they're lashing up and stealing.
Oh, but another normal cart was falling off the
Yeah,
edge.
the very back of the caravan there was a
Ah,
supply
okay.
cart where they kept like all the wood that they used to repair the pass if they needed.
Okay. So I reiterate that.
And meats
So
and
there's-
cheeses.
They're stealing the big scary metal.
They're stealing
You
it.
know, I told you guys I wanted to see what that was about when
Yeah.
that it was maybe
Well, you
like
took
a
too
magic
long.
thing. Do we need to stop them from stealing it, or do we want to
I have no idea.
just lay low and then?
I don't know, but there's a lot of
You
people.
all need to make. I'm personally not prepared to do much of that.
We could just go back to the cave and just lay low until they leave.
How did the pass look up ahead?
There was a slide. Could I tell if the slide was natural or if they did that intentionally? I'd assume they did it intentionally.
Looking back, it's unlikely that that large section of pass was naturally gone,
Yeah.
considering.
They believe it down.
So I think they caused a rock slide somehow, like ambushed the caravan.
So
get to
there's
it.
no way past that for us then.
Well, there's always a way past.
I mean,
Well, there is an airship there.
we could
For
try
the
to do
moment.
that rope trick that we did before. If it's like downhill, then we could slide. Although that didn't work out too well for me.
We also have stuff here, and horse and a child. So
So yeah.
Should we
Shit.
try to shoot their airship down?
Well,
Was it just cloth on the outside?
it's. I mean, well, I don't know if Seth even noticed, but I guess since I
I
identified it
feel
as
like
an
the
airship,
airship would be our best bet to cross the pass.
we want to try
I
to
also
steal
I don't know if
their
we can take
airship.
on that many people.
12. You said 12-ish or something.
There
And
were
we don't.
like 12 about outside, but it was a fairly large ship, so there may have been
Don't.
more people inside.
We don't know what they're capable.
And if
of.
they're bandits, they're experienced killing people.
I could. Was there like that might be closer to, like away from them? I mean, I know it's since people move. Were they all like grouped together, or were they all off doing their own?
Would that have been something I noticed?
Nah, you were thinking about leaves pretty hard.
I say we get closer, and if we see an opportunity, we take it. If we don't have an opportunity, we hide.
But we
How
have-
far are we?
I'm gonna say a few hundred feet.
Okay.
Far enough to be out of earshot when whispering, but not so far that you can't actually see a little bit of the light on the pass along the way. And and you can actually see the carts beginning to lift.
Can we tell how high is the ship from like the pass?
About 50 feet.
Well, we have kid here. People that are not good at fighting. Oh, they need to go back to the
They're more
cave.
than happy to stay here if you want to
Yeah,
attack
they-
No,
them.
you guys should all go back to the cave and hide there or something. Just stay out of sight.
Go back to the cave.
Wasn't that a couple
don't-
hours away?
Yeah, just
Oh, was that many?
Well, I can take them. That's fine.
just hide back here.
Is there like some kind of place where they could get cover or like be under like a lip of some kind or something?
Pretty much it wiggles and waggles. That's about it. Otherwise, it's the past is the past. There's not a whole
the
lot in the
thing
way.
is, if we try to take these people on to steal their ship, there's a good chance we could all die, and then they will come this way and find all of you, and then you will die.
They'll want to be gone before the sun comes up.
Well,
Oh, well, that might be true.
if I'm going to be honest with you,
That's soon.
to be honest, we all might die anyways, because if they leave and we are not on the airship and we cannot repair the pass,
Well, you'd
then
have to go back
We will
the way we
probably
came.
starve on the pass either way, because we do not
Ugh.
have enough food to survive for
Grim, make
by
a whole
being
bunch
back.
of good berries.
We have berries every day. We'll be fine.
Grim can make berries. You're making a very stupid point. Oh, well, I suppose that's true.
Okay, so
Sure.
here's the plan. Here's my idea. I can do a disguise, but I need to see one of them first, and then I need to kill him so that I can take his place. If there's like a straggler on the outside, or I can just try to like, blend in. I don't know.
Well, perhaps we should get close enough to
See what's going on.
see what's going on.
But in the meantime, those of you who can't fight, start heading back the other way, and we'll come get you in the airship if we take it, or on foot if we don't, but we still survive.
I'll protect them. You all be very careful, okay?
Yes, we want our money. I want that rapier.
Perhaps they.
Don't worry, it'll be safe.
Wait, could I trade you one of these Phoenix tokens for the rest of the value? I don't know how much. I owe you.
Trade in Phoenix tokens? That's dumb.
I mean, it is worth as much to you as me. Alright, never mind.
Perhaps
We
they.
have bigger things to fry.
What did the? Were they all wearing some kind of clothing? Anything identifiable?
I tried looking for identifiable things, but they were all wearing like cloaks with hoods.
I can do that.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep casting disguise self until Brapsy says it looks familiar enough to
God.
what she saw.
Like the
Alright,
cut of the
so-
cloak, the color.
You just watch, yeah, you just keep. And there's different kinds of hoods that keep popping up.
Is it pointy? Is it slouchy?
Yeah.
Changing his nose shape each time,
Do I look like a Hogwarts character? What do I?
Yeah, he's doing a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I guess. How long do you guys want to spend doing this?
Not long. I'm just seeing if any of it seems good enough so that we can.
You know what?
walk
Because this is just random. Just roll a d100 for me.
Maybe a performance check or something.
I mean, roll a performance check is not gonna matter. He's just gonna have to hit gold. I mean,
Nope.
or yeah, no, he's really has no idea how to make him look like these things. You can try to help him if you want, but like honestly, it's
Oh, I try to help if I could.
okay. You know what? In that case, you can go ahead and try to make a performance check. That makes more sense.
Me?
Yes,
Okay. Don't screw
but
me.
from nothing, for just saying they're wearing hoods. What looks like a hood?
Yeah.
That's just pure random.
20?
Well, there you
That's
go.
it. That's the one.
Yeah, so she says it's kind of it has this, they have kind of like the dip in the middle, like a cow. Yeah, like a cow. Yeah. What color was it? It's like it's like wood, but not like those young tree wood. It's more like a dark tree wood.
So does
So
all of the non-combatants start moving away? quietly. Yeah.
Yes. Do what?
And
Oh yeah, the other ones are like, be safe, do not die. We need you to survive. I am the quietest on the caravan. And then he begins heading back along the path.
Send berries with them.
Oh, here are some good berries. There goes one
One
of my
per
spells.
day for everybody, okay? One per day, no more than that. You shouldn't need more. One per day.
I'm giving them 12 berries.
So should
Could
Seti,
even get by with one
Yeah.
berry every other day, you know.
I thought
Every day.
if we both look like this and we bring Mitnir as a prisoner that we found,
Yeah.
Mitnir raging and going terrifying all of a sudden
well,
might be a good surprise.
but
And
what
then
if
there's a
they?
bear.
I see.
And then a bear.
There's a slight problem with that. We should try to take an opportunity fight, but I'm kind of tired.
Well, yeah, and also, we don't want them to like immediately just say, "Well, kill him and slit his throat and throw him over the thing." Like, what are you doing? Because if we go in and it looks like there's just too many, cannot win, then we don't want anybody to be in a position where, you know. So like you and I, we might look like them, and maybe they'll accept that, and we can try to learn where they all are and what their abilities are, and you know what they're doing.
That's fair.
Okay, so
Alright.
I just want to sneak a little bit closer so I can get a good look at somebody and try to just look like them
Sure.
to make it stealth.
Make me a stealth check.
Oh no,
That's
it's not good. Shit.
I'm going to be
Why am I
trailing
so bad
further
at
behind.
this? I have expertise.
But-
Proficiency.
Arn, you can't see in the dark, can you?
Yeah, I can.
All right,
Okay.
so you're
Whatever
trying to
you
get close
can.
enough to see, so you go about 100 feet closer. You go probably about 50 feet away from them to be seen. And as you're doing this, it's not that you make too much noise, it's that a guy who's taking a piss that you just didn't see turns back around and he's like,
Can I
what
immediately
the...
try to?
Well, you gotta say it right now, because otherwise he's gonna shout. 5.
Well, I was going to like,
Or-
can I immediately just leap at him and try to keep him from talking, and maybe
Make an
with my
initiative roll.
poison dagger try to
Make
cut
an
his throat?
initiative roll, just the two of you.
Wish me luck. This would be a great time to have advantage on initiative.
Every time you say that you're gonna stealth forward,
It goes so
sucks.
bad. I don't
You're gonna go
understand. I'm
first?
really good at stealth.
You go first.
Oh, I do go first. Okay, so I do the dagger of venom with the poison.
Sure. Make an attack roll.
Ooh, what the fuck was that?
That was
Yeah,
a nat 20.
That was a nat 20.
Crit.
Okay, so
shit.
that's a 9 plus 20.
7, so 36.
Okay, let me go ahead and roll his DC 15. That's a 14. So you cut him. You cut him like right on the neck, and he almost severs his throat. He goes, "Oh!" And then you see his eyes begin to roll back in his head because he steps back a second.
And then I
His
try
mouth
to
begins
catch him so he doesn't make a noise when he falls.
It falls right off the edge of the cliff, so you can try to pull him back if you want.
Okay, and then I immediately cast Disguise Self to make myself look like him.
but- Yeah. Okay. Well, he's dead. Let me.
Yes! I saved it.
Do I just see someone fall off a cliff?
Yeah, you just see a body just tumble. All right, so I guess I can get rid of all these.
I hope that wasn't her.
How far am I from where that happened?
How far are you? About, I'd say probably 20 feet behind her. I would imagine.
I'm gonna use the telepathic message thing. Shit, Seti, are you alive?
I'm good.
Fucking hell.
I just killed him so good, it was amazing.
Okay.
So yeah, she just kind of like does her fingers in like this sort of splayed circular motion, and this ripple of like pink and gray feathers, like the color of her hair, just passes over her. And
Okay, so to help you out, I will go ahead now that I've gotten rid of that guy.
I want
Drag
to
you guys onto the actual scene.
look like him. I assume we need to add our tokens somewhere.
Oh. How do
If you want to. I mean, you can just. This is what you can see. This is
Oh,
the-
okay. Yeah, we're not there yet.
You're not within. It's like 20 feet to the edge of the thing. So.
Okay. Yeah, I look like the guy I killed, and I just kind of turn. Well, yeah, I'll just like try to make a motion that like maybe stay back, because I specifically look like one of the group.
Can I try to match whatever disguise I was in to the clothing that she's wearing, but a nondescript kind of just generic white guy face with a hood
Sure.
up?
Fair enough. Easy enough to do.
Okay.
Since she actually has seen the dude.
Yeah. All right. So I mean, that's what's going on.
All right. Shit. Here's the hard part. So I just
So where's everybody else? I need to know. Are you guys just staying like 100 feet away, or what are you doing?
No, I'm moving forward.
I was definitely trailing behind them.
Okay. Well, I need everybody to make stealth checks because even if
Okay.
you're a little bit behind, you still need to.
we need pass without a trace.
Uh,
Ooh,
I
Brapsy.
get
got
that
it.
next level.
18, 12. Go ahead and get everybody. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, everybody, including Seti and I?
Grim says, "What are we doing?" And as you do that, you see they all kind of react slightly, and you see that the carts actually being picked up, and is hovering about 10 feet above the ground. And there
Ropes, chains. Well, how's it attached?
are chains and ropes, and there seems to be some ropes being tossed over the side for them to climb up whenever they are ready.
Are there any like load-bearing ones that are maybe holding up more of the cart than the others?
Make an
Could I
intelligence
see that
check.
from here? Intelligence check. Oh boy. No, damn it. 9.
You really couldn't tell. That said, say, hey, Aldri.
Oh,
Go
yep.
check on him.
No, I'm coming back. I'm done. Ah, jeez. Way too much to drink today.
Make a deception check.
Off the bat, immediately.
Okay, I'm good at deception.
Her sample of his voice
Fuck!
was literally just him.
I'm good at these. I have a +6.
Was
Why
literally
do I
just him
keep rolling
gurgling.
so badly?
And he goes into drunk, and then the second that happens, they say, "What the fuck?" And they just roll initiative.
God damn it!
Go ahead and put yourself on the fucking map if you want.
Am I also able to roll initiative if I'm within the area because I was trailing behind her?
Yeah.
Like close enough behind her?
I really need level 3 in my
All of you can
extra
roll initiative,
proficiency, so
like,
whatever
okay.
the fuck happens.
All right, what are you saying? Did you want to do, Greed?
Oh, I was just asking if I was able to like roll initiative too, since I'm so
Yeah, everybody.
like I'm not next to her. Oh god.
Okay, so
It's okay, I got this.
Hey, Iron, we get to go together.
Hey, that happened last time too.
Yeah, I figured the two of us were basically going together either anyway, because neither of us is stealthy.
Oh, I guess I gotta throw my dude on there somewhere.
God damn it. I built this character to do these things. Why is she so bad at them?
I almost look like them.
I'm almost out of pages. Here we go. Okay, so we have 25 to 20.
Brapsy with a
That's what you did.
22.
Okay. Give me 20 to 15.
Mitnir and I
Ram.
got 16.
Yeah, Arn's first. He's got the dex mod. You have a +3 on your dex, don't you?
Yep.
Damn it, I should have let them come check on me and then just slit their throats.
See, I would. In
Yeah, I
that
was
case,
trying to
I'd
do
try
some
and push
espionage.
him.
Yeah.
Then we thought,
could've
hey, he just
pushed
fell
them,
off.
Slit their throats. Could have.
Yeah, I think the
Wait,
poison only
opening
works
blast.
once a day, so I can't do that again.
15 to 10.
Nope.
That's yeah, me with 14.
I'm trailing at a 5 is how that's working. So Seti and then Greed.
Seti and then Greed.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like flying away when
All right.
Greed's like, "I'm
Bratzy,
ready."
You're first, so you can put yourself over there easy enough. You're sure you're all close enough to get there within a turn. We'll just make it that way to make it easier. I don't know how I expected this to go, but not like this.
Yeah, well,
Me neither. I have such high deception. I was so ready.
no, me too. I wanted to exercise my muscles. My persuasion is good. My performance is good. My deception is good. Ugh, my dice are bad.
All right, so you're gonna whop him.
I'm gonna whap him.
Fair enough. Whop him.
Ha! You stop being bad.
16 to hit. That'll hit.
It's
And 11
for
points of damage. So yeah, you slap him in the head. He
We
goes.
were gonna try to shove him off the edge.
He goes.
It's right
Oh,
there.
what the fuck?
Oh,
That would have been a different kind of attack.
Yeah, different kind of attack. So he takes the
I didn't think about
damage.
that, how's he looking now?
His head's bleeding profusely.
Oh,
It's just all people we actually know.
Oops.
that's all I can do. So next,
Yep. Okay. That's gonna put us at
For reference,
Orin.
where are these hanging ropes that would be for them, like relative to this scene?
about here. Here.
Just okay, like a collection
Yeah.
of them are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Go right by this guy. And I will Sparta him off the cliff.
Make an attack roll, I guess.
So I'm gonna kick him
I
right
think
off.
there are rules for like shoving, which is probably a
This-
strength check. I
It's
think.
gonna be a competitive strength check, but yeah, I was gonna have him attack to hit first and then do strength versus strength, but if
That's
you
fine.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do because it's a Sparta kick. So go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Nice.
You
Missed. Cool.
We should have
As you
argued
begin
that
to kick
point.
towards him, you see he just lifts his hand up and catches your foot, and you're like, "Uh-oh."
Quick, spin him, kick him with the other foot.
That's gonna put us at Mitnir,
Oh, hang on.
unless you want to move away. We're gonna use bonus action
Yep. I
okay.
will.
because you can't flurry of blows because you didn't do an attack first, right?
I mean, it was an attack roll. It was a kick.
Well, I guess that's true. I guess
Can't
that's
he also bonus action, or doesn't he get like 2 attacks, like the unarmed second strike or whatever?
Yeah, no. Technically, it is. Technically, you did make an attack first. You could feel flurry of blows if you want, but otherwise, yes, you can also do a regular attack.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a unarmed strike.
Okay, make your attack roll.
Shove is a attack action also.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no. So you throw your fist, and he catches your fist too. So you put your foot in your fist, and you're just like, It's not
Lame.
lame.
Yeah, I guess that's it then. I'm done there.
I guess I'm gonna just go up to this guy and just take a big ol' swing at him. That's a 12.
Yeah, it misses.
This is going great, guys.
You guys really aren't giving your
So mad.
your best go here. So as you guys are just ambush to start attacking, you hear, the fuck is all this? And this guy just swings around here and says, oh, come on, really? And he just sort of laughs. He says, come on, boys. This will be over quick. And he just moves all the way back here.
I should have taken that thing where I can push people with Eldritch Blast.
That was his turn. That's going to put us at SETI.
Alright, well, this sucks. Now I'm running out of spell slots. I'm going to hang on to them. So, I'm going to run in. We've got those 3 covered. I remember this one looking pretty bad, actually. Figure the more we can kill them, the better. So I will take a step. $14 to hit.
14 just hits.
Ac-
5 points of damage.
Actually, it's a 13. If the enchantment has worn off.
The enchantment has worn off, yes. So you stab him and he dies.
Okay,
So you go, if he dies.
good.
With all that fun stuff.
Bye.
All right.
I am going to bonus action healing. Don't want to use all my shit, but I need health. Yeah, bonus action healing word.
Okay. All right, so he's going to first brute is going to attempt to chuck you off of the cliff.
Back.
Arn.
Good luck.
So make a comparative athletics check, or
Acrobatics.
acrobatics.
Oh my god.
Whoop! So you guys watch. He takes Arn's foot in hand and just chucks him off the cliff.
Well, you have wings. You're fine.
I do
We
not.
haven't had a short rest between.
Oh shit! And I just
You're
used
gonna-
my last
As long
spell
as it's
slot,
like
so
a
I can't
setback.
feather fall
It
you.
starts walking this direction.
Gagnor, we
uh,
haven't had a short rest between fighting the golem and this, have we?
So he chucks him off the cliff, and then this one is going to turn this direction and just go. You see his eyes light up for a second, and then he just grins, and he just walks back away from you, over in this direction. Actually, this one's gonna go. Yeah, that's fine. So you're off the cliff now. Meanwhile, you watch as a wall comes behind you,
Rip.
and this entire area lifts up.
Lifts?
Lifts up.
The area they're on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
No,
they're,
that
they're,
we're
they're
on.
just taking that whole...
No, that they're on.
Yeah,
You
they're
guys-
just taking that whole
Right.
chunk of rock with them.
I can
Oh,
fly
okay.
and still bop them.
However, behind you, standing on the area lifted behind you, are the 2 elves.
Oh, shit! They were spies!
And you
Wow.
see as they politely wave and say, "Thank you so much. You're making this very easy for us."
I was so nice to you! What is wrong with you?
You hear Magpie just go, and then
You are so rude!
and then Oya says, "If I were you, I'd probably follow your friend off the cliff." And you see he's holding in his hand the bead necklace
No, I still had that!
that he stole from Bropsy with a natural 20 in
Oh,
the
the-
middle of your thing.
What? Wait, what?
Sleight of hand, nat 20, baby. That's why I was laughing in the middle of the session. And he has your bead of fireball necklace beads, and he takes one and it lights up, and he takes another and it lights up, and then he just says, "Your choice how you want it to end," and he throws them down. What would you guys like to do?
God damn it! I wish I still had Featherfall. I knew it was a mistake not to keep that in reserve.
It's up to you. You can either go the way of Arin, or you
Fireball's
can,
gonna kill every single one of us.
it's second level, or it's fourth level fireball.
Jeez.
Like average
Wait,
damage
Arn-
on that is
wait,
like
wait,
24.
Did Arn is Arn flying? What's happening?
No.
No, Arn's
Arn's
fine.
No.
Arn got thrown.
Arin's already off the cliff.
I'm
So-
falling.
Okay, so
No,
I'm
the
gonna go
section
dive
ahead of
after
us-
him and try to
The
help.
section ahead of us is raised how much?
25 feet.
Fuck it, I'm gonna dive off the edge. I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
grab something so I can climb down.
All right, I'll
but-
give you all a chance. So she goes after. She dives off after Arin. Seti dives off the cliff. Grim
I-
says, "Holy shit!" and dives off the cliff. He's not there.
I want to
I'm-
try and dive off like at the edge here and snag like
Yeah, that's
Over
what I
there.
tried to do.
Snag off what?
instead of just falling off, I want to try and grab the section that raised, but kind of off. Like it looks like I just dove off, but then grab
Grab
anything.
something.
is what I
Okay,
want to try to do.
The thing is that they raised the platform, so it's kind of a gap underneath. It's not like there was no rock really supporting too much
Oh,
underneath.
Well, in that case, I'm just gonna grab like the corner and slide down until I stop, and then hang there.
Like we're on a lip, right? It's
you guys
rising
are on
on
a
either
lip.
side of us. But I think what we're saying is that we're trying to grab the lip so that we don't actually fall.
Oh, the lip at the edge of the thing.
Yeah. So basically,
Yeah.
you slide down because if the rock lifted, there's a gap underneath. There's something where you could put a hand inside.
Underneath where they are now, risen, right?
Okay. What are you doing? Greed.
I'm going to run and jump off, but as I jump, I'm gonna just hurl an Eldritch Blast at the one who threw the fireball beads and flip him off.
Nice. Make your attack roll.
It's what that shit's for,
Disadvantage 'cause You're
baby!
flying through the air while you're doing it.
You said disadvantage?
Yeah, because you're flying through the air while you're doing it.
Fuck.
Good luck.
I mean, rule of cool, sure, but
14
14.
hits, right?
oh, where's he at? Let me go find.
Oh, shit,
Just
it's
let
a
me have
different guy.
one big
different
F you
stats.
on this guy.
Yeah. We should
is
have
it?
killed those creepy elves. What were we
14?
thinking?
You hit. You just hit.
Yes! 10 points of force damage.
as it collides into him.
And then just flip off and over the
And he
cliff.
just kind of like you see as he takes the blast of shoulder, and as his arm reaches back, he looks at you and he smiles and laughs as you plummet down. And then, as you guys begin to plummet off of the edge of the cliff, wind begins rising after you. Perhaps you're diving after, but a few seconds after Arn has already fallen, you can't even see him.
I mean, I would have dove as soon as I saw him go off
Okay, so
before they even pulled out
it's been
fireballs.
it's been about 6 seconds after that. So yeah.
Wait,
so you see
hold on,
him.
question.
Hmm.
Wait, because you already used your wings.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Yeah,
he's
still same day.
He's plummeting.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
do
okay.
see him
We
then
should
as
have
you
taken that
go
rest!
after him.
Ugh.
But you're chasing it. Right after that, you guys see and hear behind you, and you feel the force. A massive explosion fills the area behind you. The rock explodes outwards, and you guys watch as rocks are pelting after you and behind you. And Bropsy, as you're flying through the air, you feel something catch you in the back.
Mm.
And we're gonna go ahead and take our break as you guys
Okay.
plummet.
Well, I killed one of them. Two of them.
Two.
I,
You killed two.
I did get to flip off the
yeah?
one guy.
We had some good moments there. Anyway,
That's
we'll
pretty
be
good.
out for the next 5 minutes, guys. See you on the other side. Thanks for hanging out with us, chat.
Well, we're back, guys, and getting right back to it. Let me get down to my little page of shit because I got confused. All right, Oren.
Yeah.
As you plummet from off of this cliff, you see Bropsy flying off the cliff down towards you, and the explosion of rock begins raining down upon you and everyone else. You look around a bit in a panic. Your wings, they won't come out. And as the air continues to rush by you, you close your eyes and everything goes black. You feel The wind continuously rushing by you on both sides, all around you. You plummet faster and faster and faster. Any second now, you know the ground's going to hit. Your life's going to end. But it doesn't. Instead, you feel a gentle hand come from beneath your back. And then wreathed in the glowing golden light, you see your father. As he sets you down, your feet touch gently into this black void. That was a bit of a tumble.
Was a little unexpected.
Don't worry. You're not dead yet. But you should be more careful in the future.
Yep, definitely. We just kind of ran in there, didn't we?
There's a fine line between valor and stupidity. Remember that going forward.
It will be seared into my brain.
Well, in the meantime, I think it's time that you learned a little bit more.
Am I still falling?
In a sense.
Well, I haven't been out much.
Well, hopefully the world will be a little bit kinder in the days to come, but still a lot you must do, and there's learning to be had now.
So, airship pirates, that's a thing. Didn't read about that in the temple.
Many horrible people in this world. They are of little consequence, really. Though I must say you were toying with some very interesting things on that pass.
Yeah, that was all pretty strange.
I would be careful if I were you. But enough talk. We have little time, a lot to do.
Very well.
Meditating position, build your key.
I do that.
Alright, so you gotta cross your legs, get in an awkward position. Again, black void, and you still feel a little bit of air kind of rushing beneath you. And you're just like,
It's a very weird experience.
And as you are sitting there, trying to meditate and build your cases, remember, it's not just energy. Not for you. For you, it's more. It's light, radiance. Build it up inside of you. Why don't you make me a wisdom check? Wisdom check. It's not
Okay.
saving throw, it's a check.
14.
14? Focus, son. The energy within you is radiance and light. Imagine it. Build it. You're almost there, but it's precipice. Bring the light to the front of your being, to the fore of your mind. Become one with it. Release the radiance within you. Try again with advantage.
11?
11. His size. Perhaps you need a more practical approach. Stand up. And you see as he raises his hand about 20 feet away from you, the same sort of glowy humanoid form, like puppet, just sort of rises out from the ground. Strike the target.
Okay, what do you want me to roll?
Well, what do you do? Describe what you're doing.
Oh, which target?
This is like this dude standing about 20 feet away from you.
All right, I will go into like a kung fu stance,
Okay.
and I will reach one hand forward and just imagine striking him from here with my energy.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Do you want me to do like the one for that?
Yeah. Just roll it like you're doing it.
There.
19?
Yeah.
Shit. As you raise your hand, energy wells up at the fingertips and then coalesces in the center of your hand, just creates this sort of beam of energy that strikes out like a fist itself and collides with this thing, and it shatters. And he just says, "Well, damn. Perhaps we will try a more practical approach in the future. But if you're really going to get a hang of this, lots more practice is needed." He gestures out, and once again, dozens of these things appear all around you, and they're sort of zipping around through the sky in all directions around you. It's going to be a long night, son, but it'll be all the better for it.
Let's do this.
So that's how you
Just
spend
start zapping
your
everything.
rest, just going, "Ah!" And you take level 3. That's right, folks, we're leveling up. Instead of dying, we're leveling up. What the deuce?
Weird, eh?
That moment of impact when you should have died, you happened to level up and it did a full heal at the same time.
Greed.
Yep.
You are surrounded in darkness. Come, open your eyes, look down upon your body. Doesn't appear broken or destroyed like you expected it to be. Instead, you see glowing at your chest is the same crystal vial. But it's not glowing green right now. It's glowing a myriad of different colors, almost like this kaleidoscopic effect as it's sort of just turning and twisting with the different rays of color. You're not sure what it means. But as you touch it, you watch as it falls away from your neck and begins moving outwards. The small chain that you had breaking away. And then you see, as the book begins to turn open, crystal vial floating above it, you'll find yourself once again in this cosmic array. Everywhere around you, just this misty cloud of all these different colors, and the stars and constellations surrounding you, constellations you've never seen before. And the book once again open. Beyond the mist and the pale in the clouds, you see strange, large figures. Each one of them more horrifying than the last as you look upon them, and yet can't quite fully make out their shape. The book is hovering in front of you. What do you do?
There's no way to get a better look at the whatever they are
Make a
surrounding me.
perception check.
13.
13. You can feel them moving more than you can see them. You're not sure if they're within arm's reach or if they're thousands of miles away. But you feel something just move behind your back. And as you see it twist, you see what looks like a very large dragon-like creature swiftly move behind the clouds behind you. You feel just the pressure as it almost shifts you forward in this void. Looking at it with its massive wings and its body twisting it around and just continuously to move forward, it disappears back into the darkness. From above, you see what looks like thousands of tentacles beginning to slowly move and shift around you, encompassing the entirety of what would be the sky above you. But again, in this boundless cosmos, up is down, left is right, you don't know. Begins to just continuously shift and move around. Out in the distance, you see what looks a bit like a twist itself, almost like a vortex that's moving the cosmos and the stars around it. And the book hovers in front of you. There are many more creatures that seem to move in weird, mysterious ways. Wherever you are, whatever is moving here, it makes your heart beat.
I don't know what the fuck you all are. But if you made me survive that fall, and I reach out towards the book,
Okay. As you reach out towards the book, you watch as the little crystal vial begins to move towards you. At the top of the vial where the stopper is, you see a chain beginning to form, as if quicksilver begins pouring out of the vial itself. It begins twisting and turning towards you and reaching out in your direction. Slowly twisting and turning towards you. It's about 5 feet away.
can I reach out and grab it?
Okay? You reach out and you grab it. And as you do, you watch as it begins to thrash violently. It seems to, at the very end of it, grow teeth. As it grips you, and it bites you, and it begins twisting around your arm. And as it does so, you watch as your flesh on your arm itself begins to twist and wrap and warp. You feel horrible searing pain coming from inside your arm as the flesh almost tears itself completely apart. It twists up around your arm, continuously moving forward, and then you feel something pinch deep, dark, painful in your heart. You look. The chain's gone. But in your hand, you see what looks like the crystal, the vial, there, within the hand itself. Eyes above you. Hundreds, thousands, looking at you. In the distance, one massive eye opens. You see light cascade from all directions. Something, this dragon-like creature, turns and looks toward you. You see tentacles coming from its mangled, strange face. Turns and looks at you. Tentacles begin to move from whatever is above you and come down and reach towards you. They're coming. As you begin to, I don't know, react however you want.
I
Actually,
still
yeah.
don't have the book in my hand.
Well, I mean, if you're looking at the book and not the things that are going on around you, the book is 5 feet away from you. And as you move your hand, the book moves with it. So if you want it to come to you, it will.
I'm gonna try to pull it towards me, clutch it
Okay.
close to my chest.
So as you do, it pulls straight to your hand without any effort whatsoever. As if it's a part of your own being, it moves to you. As you do and you hold it, looking around, all these things beginning to move towards you, staring at you, you feel something grab your back and yank you back away from them, pulling you away from the constellations, away from the stars, away from everything else, and into what looks like nothing but darkness. Face moves just past your cheek. Elongated, but humanoid. Its eyes slits moving sideways. You see a myriad of multicolors, just like the same kaleidoscopic rainbow that was within the crystal, moving around as hair that seems to, almost as if it's underwater, flow up from it. It has horns that twist and turn, and as it looks at you, it quirks its eyes, its head, and then it snarls. It grabs for the book and begins tugging and ripping at it. What do you do?
I'm going to try to, with one arm, clutch the book as close to my chest as possible, and reach out with the other and try to cast Eldritch Blast into its face.
Okay. Roll an attack roll.
Oh boy.
That's
17.
So as he goes, you pull your hands up, and Eldritch Blast straight into the voice goes. Grabs the book and continues to pull, and as it does, we'll get back to you.
Oh god.
Because Mitnir, you open your eyes and look around, and you are someplace you have never been before. Kind of creepy, actually. The ground isn't ground, it's almost like water. As you lift your foot, set it back down, ripples go out, cascading into distance unseen.
Starts tapping his toe.
Just up ahead of you, there are pillars rising up into the sky. Between them, there are statues. And in the far, far distance, there is a pale blue light, slowly pulsing, like a heartbeat.
Kind of starts to take like a step towards it, but it's like really cautious, checking, is the filled sewer manhole, where you're going to just drop into the water.
Yeah, as you do, you step and foot doesn't sink, but the ripples continue to move out. And they move beyond the pillars. The rest of the area is just pitch black.
All right. And just kind of heads towards it, like cautiously, but not like scared. Just kind of like,
Okay.
all right.
You continue walking. As you look to your left and the right, you see large statues. And these statues are of Dragonborn. In full flesh. As you continue walking, you notice head tips. It's one of them as you walk by. Continue moving slowly, cautiously, and you see one of them very distinctively bows his head and nods to you.
I will, do the same as I continue walking.
As you nod back, he lowers himself further. And as you continue to move through this, the ripples going out in all directions away from you, you see that these statues begin to kneel. One at the next, each side of you. As you begin to walk down, you see down this whole path kneeling statues, bowing deeper.
Does this place ring familiar from like anything childhood related?
You never seen nothing like
Okay.
this.
Well, no, I meant like stories or anything.
Make a history check.
Probably not. At least not that I know. 16.
16? Got some dragon feels.
Right. Okay, that's fine.
But specifically, I don't think that you need a higher roll than a 16 even to know about this.
Yeah. Still just kind of a little more apprehensive now. Like, what?
You keep moving towards the light.
Yeah, you're gonna keep walking. Nothing's stopping
As you
me.
continue to move forward, you see that there is actually something behind the light. Very softly moving with the heartbeat of this blue light. Just rising and falling very gently, but this figure is massive and large. And the light seems to bounce and reflect off of it. You continue to approach.
Slower, but yes.
As you slowly approach, and you get within enough range to see, you see what looks like an enormous draconic figure. As you get to the point where you can finally see it, you see its head gently begin to lift and its eyes open. You see blue light burning from underneath its lids as they slowly crack open. It merely lifts its head up and size. And as it does so, you watch as the blue light encompasses all of your vision, as if lightning, electricity, dancing light just flows around you, completely encompassing everything that you can see. It's terrifying. But at the same time, it's beautiful. Even as it's violent, it just rips and pulls itself all of around you. But it doesn't hurt, it doesn't burn, it doesn't sting. Blue, dancing electric light. The light finally fades. You find that everything around you is black once again. But you feel something. And as you look down, you see that heartbeat is your own. And there's a blue glow in your chest. And as your heart beats with the blue glow, it gets dimmer and dimmer, and you return to darkness. Meanwhile, Greed. You feel, as your vision goes black for a second, the tugging continues on the book. But maybe it's not the book. Something tugging on your arm? Your hand? You open your eyes, and there's a little bit of light peeking from somewhere. But all you can tell is that there's a strange sensation as your hand's being pulled and jerked. And you look up to see what looks like a green frog 5 feet away from you, holding onto your book and tugging as hard as he can.
Like with his tongue?
No, he's got the book in two. Well,
Oh.
it's not a. It's like 3 feet tall, standing on its hind legs, yanking a book as hard as it can away from you. Your arm is fully outstretched, and it's as if there's like an invisible string from your hand to that book, and he's just tugging it with all his might, going.
I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast again. And just
So you go to cast Eldritch Blast.
yep.
I need you to take. You take 3 points of damage
Cool.
as your arm begins to burn. You look and you see that there is a manacle around your wrist, and it lights up when you attempt to cast Eldritch Blast and burns your wrist. Oh, so it's fire damage technically, so you could take half.
So 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you open your eyes and you begin to look around, you find you are in a cage. You are lifted off the ground by about 2 feet. Seems like there's something supporting you above water, but mixed with twisted roots. You look like you're in a swamp. Large, massive trees towering all around you, little bits of light just barely making their way through. And as you do this and gesture, and you're about to cast Eldritch Blast, and you sees you casting, the frog lets go and just flies backwards and goes.
Is
And
there
then-
anything else besides just me and the frog and a cage?
Looking around, you see 4 more cages. And in each one of them, you see one of your friends. You see Brapsi in one, you see Mitnir in one, you see Arn in one, and you see Sidimera in one. You do not see Grim. Oh, and then a little bit further onto the other side of you, you look and you see Cleary sitting in a cage. He's holding his legs up to himself, and he's sort of rocking gently back and forth. The others are asleep.
Cleary. Cleary.
Greed? Are you Oh, I'm so glad that you're awake. Are the others alive?
I don't know. They're asleep. Where the hell are we?
Look, Aluna, says the frog sitting there in front of you. And it's got a spear that it picks up off the ground, and it just starts poking in towards the cage, like menacingly, like nah.
Ow, you little bastard! And I cast a vicious mockery at him.
Okay. Take 1 point of fire damage.
So it's
Nothing
just
happens.
all spells. Fuck.
Goes,
How far are the friends' cages? How far is everyone
each
else?
one's about 10 feet apart. They're not like in like a circle or anything. They're just kind of spread out throughout here.
Okay. If I try to like, do I have my pack still, or am I just bare bones, barely clothed?
Well, you look at yourself and you are wearing what looks like maybe some rags. You don't have any of your equipment. You don't have any of your things. You look like you've been bandaged. And you've had what looks like maybe your leg has been reset. You definitely, now that you look at it, boy, do you feel sore, but alive. But yeah, everybody else is still asleep. Cleary starts, wake up, wait. And as he does, get off from the other side. There's another green frog, and you see now that you're paying more attention. Yeah, it's a frog. That's what you get, but it's humanoid. It's barely 3 feet tall, and it's wearing armor and it's carrying a weapon. And as this thing sticks its thing in, its spear in towards Cleary, Cleary goes, "Ha! Stop it! Stop! That is so rude!" And as Cleary starts yelling, the rest of you start to come to consciousness, and you see everything that I described to Greed.
Well, good morning. Does swinging the cage do anything? Like if I bump into the sides?
So I said you're sort of suspended a few feet above, but
Right.
looking at it, you're not actually hanging. It's just that there seems to be something underneath that's sort of
Okay.
Right. You're like on a pole, kind of.
Gotcha.
How big are these cages?
Like,
can I walk around, or am I like
barely big enough to keep you in them? Especially you, since you're pretty big. Like, they're tall. They're tall enough for you to stand up in, but they're only maybe about 5 feet across. So you can kind of you can stand up, you can shift to the left or right a couple feet. That's about it.
I'm just gonna snarl at him.
Make an intimidation check.
A 21.
21. And he watches it sort of hops away, and it fucking hops when it hops. It goes and it jumps just from standing there, it leaps backwards 25 feet. You just see it go,
Kinda like...
Looking around and taking it all in, you see you are on the outskirts of what looks like a village. Parts of it seem to be at ground level within the swamp. Parts of it seem to be made out into the trees. Some of it looks nicer than others. And you see lots of frogs, in fact, in an array of different colors. You see green ones hopping around. You see blue ones. Some of them are even doing some blacksmithing work, you can see. There's some purple ones and red ones, and really only a few red ones. And that's about all you can see right now, but they're living life. This is like a legit village.
So I know what it is, and I love these things, but would Greed know what these things are?
Make a nature check.
15?
Anybody dead?
Yeah, I think you probably, with your travels, you've heard of them. These are grung. Or grunge, however you want to call them. I call them grung.
Yeah, me too.
They're humanoid frog people. All you really know about them is that they dwell in swamps, and they typically don't speak common. There are some that do, but they're few and far between. And they are vicious little fuckers.
Okay, you guys, these things suck, and most of them don't speak our language. Oh, God.
Are we all awake now?
Yeah, I was saying, like,
Yeah.
when Cleary started yelling, you guys started rousing and coming to consciousness.
Oh, okay.
How did Raps even follow conscious? I could fly.
A rocket you.
You got
Yeah.
knocked out midair.
Oof, okay.
He planned for you.
That's BS, but okay.
Is everybody okay?
I think so. Don't cast spells. They hurt
Oh,
really bad.
What?
Well, we're not dead.
okay.
Kind of expected to be dead.
Yeah.
Right?
I have
I'm not sure this is better than being dead.
Very glad we're not dead.
Wait, Cleary,
Yes,
what happened to everyone else?
damn fucking creepy ass elves.
Yeah, we noticed.
What do you
They,
Oh no.
the I guess they didn't want to deal with us, so they attacked the dwarves first.
Not the child.
He just lowers his head.
Wow.
Rapsy
You know-
had gotten on her feet to ask Cleary this and now just slumps back into the ground.
I've never really wanted to kill anyone, but
I'm just
I
so
think I'll
mad
make an
and like
exception for those elves.
I'm mad at myself because I could speak to them. I should have known they were lying or doing something. Like we all knew they were creepy. Why didn't I ask more questions?
To be fair, most of us are creepy as well. It makes sense.
Well,
I
not
think
like
they
that.
All being
Kind of
polite
glares at
and
you with that
crime.
comment.
Creepy ain't a crime, man.
What
They
about
Ain't a crime.
what about oh, I keep forgetting his name. The shopkeeper.
Archibald, was
Archibald,
he?
I'm honestly not sure because I am ashamed to say I tried to run.
Well,
And when I did so, they did something, and without even touching me, I was thrown off the edge. And I fell. I'm surprised I'm not dead.
so are we.
Yeah, seems to be a common theme.
Okay, from now on, I'm always keeping Featherfall in reserve instead of healing myself. That was so stupid. And I'm also not trusting any more creepy elves.
That's a little racist and probably not something you should
He's
hold to.
half
Well, I
elf
meant
himself.
creepy ones, you know.
Yes,
Creepy
she-
people,
yeah,
period. You're right, sorry.
Distinguish
Creepy
that it's
people,
creepy.
period.
Yeah, all the shifty-eyed ones, okay.
She's got a type. It's okay.
And what are these cages made out of, Gug?
The cages?
Yeah.
I suppose that's another nature check, or maybe survival.
Can I try to pick the lock on
Do
mine?
you
Do they
have a
locks?
preference between the two?
It's up to you.
Oh, then nature. Doesn't matter. 9.
No, you really can't tell. Maybe some sort of bone.
But not iron.
Oh.
No.
Do they have, I mean, they're just solid, there's no doors or anything?
No, yeah, no. They seem to latch underneath. Also, you could try to pick the locks, but you have nothing. You have your hands.
Oh, okay, everything's just... Okay.
You have what looks like you're basically all kind of wearing like a potato sack.
They, what the fuck are these people?
So they took
Took all
like my
my
robes and everything.
Clothes and
They took-
everything.
yeah, you're sitting there all golden and bright.
Uh-oh.
Wait, where's my hat? They took my god.
I look
You
under
need
the
to do
potato
that
sack.
anyway.
Is there anything under the potato sack?
No, there is nothing under the potato sack
Ooh.
except for your boobies.
I don't like this. I mean,
You
it's
said
one
that
thing
it's
if
latched
I
on the bottom.
Do what?
You said
I
the
just
cage
start
is latched on
kicking
the
it.
bottom.
Yeah, it's latched on the bottom.
like kick.
Can I see where the latch is?
No, you just can tell that there's nothing that you can touch on the main part that's surrounding you, so it's got to be on the bottom. So
My
Well,
spells.
I just
didn't
want
go
to know if I can tell where what area the latch is in.
okay, looking at the other cages, you can see that it seems like they are bound underneath where this sort of post rises from it. It seems that it's just sort of tied together, with a not like literally tied together, but sort of like bound together and then latched underneath.
Okay, and I'm gonna try and force it open. How
What, just-
how big is the cage? Can I like stand up in it?
Yeah, you can stand up in it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try and like kick it till it busts open, if I can.
Yeah, let's make me strength check. Yeah, strength check.
Okay. Nice. 5.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fucking solid. Whatever it is,
Cool.
it's made out of some strong ass materials.
It's on there. All right.
So you start moving around, and then you see that to the side, someone you didn't even see this grung hanging out there, but he sort of just he starts hitting the cage.
Does
Can I
anybody
reach my
speak
hand
frog?
through the cage?
Huh?
Can my hand go like through
Yeah.
the cage? It's bars or whatever.
Mhm.
I want to stick my hand through the cage.
Okay, he
And-
will attack your hand with a spear.
I'm gonna shoot a radiant sunbolt next to him
Uh,
from outside the cage with my hand.
it's technically not magic, right?
Nope, it's a ability.
Okay,
It
so
just looks like magic.
as you do it, and you fire it next to him. He goes, and then he just hops away. And then a few like not even like 30 seconds later, like there's a bunch of them sitting there, just spears all out towards you. Like I'd say probably 20. They're surrounding their spears at every single one of your throats.
Hey, I didn't do it. I would really like to have my clothes back.
You need to let us out.
They don't seem to understand what you're saying.
I
I'm
try
gonna kick the bottom of the
Sylvan.
cage and be like, "Let us out."
I try Sylvan and I try Elvish, and I'm just like, let us out.
They just no fucking reaction from any of this, and they just kind of go. There's another one of them, and they just kind of all just sort of disperse a little bit.
Can I open my book and start chanting in deep speech and fake like I'm like contacting someone?
Sure, you can do whatever you want. Make a deception check, I guess.
Just trying to grab attention. Damn it. 13.
Yeah, they look at you and they're just like, he's reading a book. Cool.
And my spells didn't go through, right? Like it just burned
No.
immediately.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing happened.
Well, I'm going to try the classic and start like coughing and wheezing and clutching my chest and just collapse and see if they do anything.
Make a deception check.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay.
18? Why didn't I get
Hey.
that earlier?
So you writhe and then fall and basically play dead. Your hands and legs kind of hanging out of the cage. One of the grungs just moves and goes, takes its spear and kind of moves your leg, lifts it up, and watches it fall down, and goes, "Oh, go loop that up." It just ignores you.
Is there one of like
It kind of read to all of you like, "What you gonna do?"
Or it's like, I guess we'll eat this one first.
Is there one that seems in charge of this whole group?
In the moment, you've only seen like a couple of. They all kind of look the same, and they look like they're pretty much just like guards.
Okay. Cause oh, sorry.
But if you want to make a perception check and see if you can get a feel for this place, you can.
Sure. Nope. 6.
Can I
Six?
see
There's lots
the?
of frogs everywhere.
Can I
Okay.
see anyone else's like lock for their cage?
Well, I already said
Right.
that's what you could tell with looking at theirs. There was like a latch
So
underneath.
I can see the ones on the other
You can
cages.
if you hang your head out of the cage, you can kind of dip your head and see it on there.
On mine, you mean?
On theirs. It's easier to see theirs than yours.
Yeah, I'm not trying to see mine. I'm trying to see any of the other ones.
Yeah, you could see it.
I want to test just grab and just like try to like yank.
Strength check.
How about a 22?
Jesus.
Yeah, so Mitnir grabs him and just and you watch as whatever these material is just snaps and the whole thing just and flies open. And as it does so, the grungs just start freaking the fuck out, and you watch as they start one of them gets like walks over to the side and he starts like hitting like basically it's like it's hard to describe. It's like a wheel that you would do like sort of thing. And as he does so, it just goes and makes a loud noise as he turns it. And you watch as fucking dozens of these things just start showing up, spears drawn. And as they do so, you watch a purple one move its way in. It's wearing legitimate armor. And as it walks in, it goes, it opens a hand out towards you.
Just like kind of like hands up, just like non-aggressive, and just kind of like point to them. Just kind of look at them like,
Again, it's 3 feet tall, but somehow he's pretty menacing.
I'm basically waiting for anyone to get
Another one of
close.
the grung moves over to it and goes, and he kicks the shit out of that grung, and that grung falls to the ground.
I'm gonna laugh at it.
Can I send a message to the purple one? Because it can understand me as long as it understands at least one
You can
language.
do that if you want.
I'm going to send a message and just say, I apologize for invading your land, but if you just give us our stuff back, we will be on our way.
I don't know how you're talking to inside brain head, but you are ours now.
And what would you do with 5 people, 6 people in a cage?
You will, when you stop misbehaving, become our servants.
And then to everyone else, I'm just going to say, they want us to become their war servants.
Orin's gonna try and blast the lock on Greed's cage. If he's within 30 feet of me, anyway.
Okay, so you're gonna start doing aggressive actions.
Not towards the thing.
Yeah, well, you're attempting to break out, so I need you to roll initiative because you're about to get attacked by like 30 some on grung.
Well, don't lock a brother up.
Oh, it's only a 13.
Yeah, Gagnor, you learned this in my campaign.
7. Is this gonna be another
Are
lizard?
they
people
attacking
incident?
all of us?
No, they're gonna beat the shit out of the one that's doing stupid shit.
Okay, Seti's still lying there like she's dead.
Okay.
You never
God,
have
I
to even
can't
up my
roll
hit
to
dice.
save
So you
my
rolled a
life.
7 for initiative. So you watch as there's gonna be like 10 that get onto the cage and just start hitting you with mallets.
I just had they ahead of me.
That's a 17 plus.
Okay.
That's a 19 plus. Okay. That's 10 plus. That's a 14 plus.
If I don't go before them, then there's
17
no
plus.
aggressive action.
Well, they just do this as a reaction to you blasting things. So you can attempt to blast still make your attack roll to blast the cage open if you want. But
Okay.
but
Yeah,
they're
because that has to at least go off for them to
Yeah.
start triggering. Yep, 22. Six whole radiant damage.
yeah, it burst open.
So greed
And
is
as they
free.
do that, they
Don't just tumble out.
they do a total of about 22 damage. Bludgeoning damage.
To me?
Yep.
Cool. I'm unconscious.
Cool. So they just beat you until you're unconscious.
I'm going to send a message to the purple one. Stop, stop. Look, everyone just stop.
Misbehave and we'll keep beating you.
That's
I'm gonna roar at them.
wonderful. God damn it.
Make an intimidation check.
That's a.
That's
I
a
mean,
five.
there's a lot more of them.
It's a
So you
five.
roar and you start to roar, and as you do, one of them clubs you in the throat. And you go.
I just
These things aren't fucking around with you guys. There's a lot of them. They may not be that tough individually, but there's a lot of them.
I'm just going
Did I
to
fall out of the cage?
Oh yeah, I mean, was it Greed's cage that you
Yep.
shot? Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, your stuff just falls away, and you put your hands up. What are you doing?
Yeah, so I just kind of tumble out and just like put my hands up and just kind of take a step forward, and I'm just gonna keep trying to talk to the purple one after.
You will all get back in cages now.
Okay, that one's going to die if you don't let me do something. That's one less war servant.
No, he will be fine.
I
When you watch as
promise
he
you.
raises his hand, you stabilize. You may recognize he cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
And he just sits there and goes, Will you behave or will you be food instead of servant?
I'm sure we'll all behave here, but as you can see, there are some of us, and I point to like me, Dropsy, and probably Seti, and just go, not a very war servant quality, perhaps some other.
Who said
Type of
anything about war?
Did he not say war servant?
No, he said you're just going to be our servants.
Oh, okay. And I'm out of my cage at this point?
Yep.
Basically,
Are you
just,
saying
like,
this-
standing there.
Am I hearing this, or are you just doing it all in
No.
your head?
It's all
all in the head.
telepathically, because
Okay.
it's the only way that he can understand me. How far are like Seti and Dropsy's cages?
I'm like 10 feet away from you.
And how far are the Grung?
Surrounding you. There's one like every 6 inches away surrounding you.
Oh, this is going to be so fucking stupid. Since I'm out of... Do I still have manacles on, or...
Yes, you still have the manacles on.
Okay.
You were thinking about
Maybe.
doing Arms of Hadar, weren't you?
Probably.
Can't with you guys.
Hmm?
I just can't with you guys.
Can does message
Can't what?
does the message cantrip work the same way where they can understand whether you speak the language or not, or is that?
Read it.
Well, I did, but it didn't specify.
Sure.
Probably not.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say probably not, but I just wanted to.
Assume message.
Oh no, if it's message, no.
Okay.
Sending, I think, translates.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? Are you about to try to attack them all?
I just want to send a message to Greed real quick and just be like, just run away, get out of here if you can. Just.
He's surrounded.
Oh.
Was it the manacles that were messing up my spells, or the cage?
Well, they glowed when you the manacles
Okay.
glowed when you fired them. So I
Cast
don't
a
know.
spell, find out.
Right.
Anyways,
Is your
so he
telepathic
sees
thing a
that you're
spell?
about. He just keeps going. And then they start grabbing you guys and trying to put you back in your cages.
Oh no, I'm gonna take a step towards them as soon as they try to grab me.
Okay. They still try to grab you.
Then I'm gonna rage.
Okay, so you start flailing around. You got like 20 of these things that just start jumping on you, like all these frogs and stuff.
Right, but something happens when I rage now.
Oh, come on. All right. You guys are trying to get killed, is what I'm seeing.
You're not giving us anything because they don't speak to us.
Well, I guess you don't know because Greed hasn't said anything out loud. You're just hearing a whole bunch of grunting. So
I did say that they were planning on making us servants.
yeah. So they're trying to put you back in your cage. You're gonna attack them, or what's your thing?
I guess I'll resist and not attack them since I can meta it since I have no information.
So out loud, just that one cast a spell. They want us to be servants or food if we misbehave, if I got that correct. And also, I can't cast spells with these things on.
You guys are all wearing them, so
Orin's sleeping right now.
Orin's unconscious.
He's taking a nap.
Don't like any of this.
I won't stop them, but I'm definitely
I
like
definitely,
digging
I
toes in.
definitely recommend that we just participate for now, please. I don't want you all to die.
If I could just speak to them, I was trying to like sow some discord, like tell one of them that I heard another one talking smack about him. They don't seem very smart.
I think just for now, it's probably best if we don't do that.
I could start screwing with them telepathically.
The only
As I'm
resisting
getting
I'm
into the
doing
cage.
is just like digging claws into the mud so as they like pull me. It's just really tough.
Well,
Okay, they
Cleary's
have a really hard
probably
time
right.
getting your obstinate self back into the cage. Eventually, they just sort of tie you to the post.
You mean the cage he just broke out of?
Yeah, they just completely bind and tie him. So they don't even put him back in the cage. Now you're like knee deep in swamp water, just basically tied to a post.
Well, if they put him back in the cage, you could have just walked back out the hole he made.
No, he broke that cage. It shattered when he did it. It was basically held together with pressure. So as he broke one part of it, the whole thing just. So yeah, you guys are. He ties you back up. He puts you guys back in the cage, and they start trying to re-put you in. So are you guys gonna continue resisting, or what's up?
I guess I let them tie me back to a post.
Okay,
I'll
so they
go
tie you
back in my cage.
put you back in your cage, and then for a while they're just sitting there and they're kind of like looking all tough. They're like like kind of like beating their chests and being all trying to act like they're so tough and shit. And eventually the crowd thins and they go back to their business. Looking around now after all that, you do see there are some humans in this place that are like they have collars on. They're just being like led around. Like there's plenty of servants and slaves here. Like these grung are fucking shitty. Are you guys gonna? What are you guys planning? You want to do some more nonsense, or are you gonna chill for a bit?
I mean, I'm tied up. I can't break another cage.
Well, yeah, you're just tied up for now. But
I'm unconscious. So I'm not doing shit.
so you, as they put you back in your cage and order you back up, they do cure your wounds. Not all the way up to full, but they do enough to get you conscious again. You see, as the purple one will heal you, and then he leaves.
Wait, the purple one did spare the dying from a distance earlier?
think it's spare the die could be done from a distance. I don't remember the spell well. So
If you're a grave domain cleric, otherwise it's touch.
yes.
How much does he heal me for?
Ooh, let's see.
1 point.
7 points.
Cute.
As you guys chill then for a little while, you start to see the village go back to its business. You see grungs of different colors moving around, and as you do, it's pretty easy to pick up on the fact that they mistreat each other almost as much as they mistreating you guys. From what you can tell, there are blue ones that bully the green ones, and then purple ones that bully the blue ones and the green ones. And then the red ones, you've only seen a couple of them. There's one that you see, Mitnir, across the way, sitting in a basically like a lounge chair that kind of looks like a lawn chair, and he's just sitting there and he's going, and you see he's got your fucking greatsword.
I
And
just
he's
stare at him.
And he's just sitting there swinging it around like, and he's a big fucking frog. I mean, the rest of them, like, they look pretty lean, whatever. This one's like got this big ass belly. It's like this sort of like violent sort of red color, like maroon color, and it's just got this big ass sword that's like 3 times the length of its body, and it's just, that's not true. That'd be 9 feet, but it's much bigger than it. Like, it can barely hold this thing, and it's just sitting there like, and it's sort of like checking you guys out. So you sort of get the feeling that there's like sort of like caste system here, where depending on the color of the grung, they sort of have a hierarchy. While you guys are sitting there, I don't know if you want to talk or not. You're welcome to discuss for until the next event or what have you. I know you're all just
99
like mad.
bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer.
You're mad that you're trapped right now, right?
It's like,
So
at least I
guess
got
I'm,
out of
conscious
my
now.
cage.
Seti is just curled up at the bottom of hers, hugging her knees. And weeping
How the hell
softly,
did we
maybe.
survive the fall?
I feel like they had something to do with it.
How far even was the fall?
Several hundred feet.
Jeez.
Yeah, we should be dead at the moment.
Yep.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
You didn't see anything while you were pushed over?
I remember blacking out as I fell.
What time of day is it right now?
Seems like it's probably morning, mid-morning.
Okay, so daylight it's out.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, I guess you guys pretty much sit in silence for a while.
Can we see the mountain or the pass generally from where we are?
No, all you see is cloud cover, or is tree cover. Large canopy of massive trees, and these trees are like, their trunks are probably like between 10 and 15 feet across. These are like redwood style massive ass trees, except for they're very like organic, and they move, and like the roots are just like lifting out and like arching over, and you can see they just built their homes around these things and into these large trees. But as you guys sit and chill for a while, eventually you see what looks like vines moving something down from the treetops from one of the buildings. And as it does, you see a bunch of these green grung leaping into the swamp. And as they do, you see coming down from above, finely dressed, you see an orange-skinned grung making his way down. And he looks, and you can see he's got like this Fu Manchu mustache going on, and like really like legitimately nice clothes. Like they're not even really all that dirty, even though he lives in a swamp. And as he gets down, rather than jump into the water, he jumps onto the backs of the green grungs, and they move for him. And as he seems to move towards the rest of you, he looks over and he goes, "Interesting." In common. "So, you're the new stock, are you?"
That's what you seem to think.
As you talk to him, he sneers at you, says, "Your speech is not necessary, blue creature. I am merely here to assess where you are going to be sent. I assume that you're all willing to cooperate. If you wish to cause problem, you will be killed. Be aware of that." So he moves first over to Seti, and he looks you over. "Pale grey creature. Not worth sending to anyone important. You'll be sent to the nurseries. Take care of the young grunk."
I'm really bad with kids.
"Oh, how sorry that is. Well, if you become too useless, perhaps they will make you their first kill. Perhaps you'll try to toughen up. Ooh, that is a good place for you. Let's see here. Blue. Oh, a good color, I might say. Not so bad, not so bad." He's looking at Cleary and at you. "You go with the artisans. You'll work to create things for the village. Of course, if you prove to be useless, you also will be returned to the nursery. Or perhaps the mines. But hopefully you will do Gumblub Blub tribe proud." "You here? Oh. You're purple, are you? How very interesting. I'm sure that you can do very well for one the color. You shall be sent to one of our generals as his personal servant. This is the part where you may speak and say thank you."
I'll telepathically just go, "Sure, great. Thanks. Moving up in the world, really."
"Oh, very good. Translations will be a nice job for you. You're very good. And this one. Ooh." And he's looking at Bropsy. "Look at you, fine pink feathers. You will make a fine pet for one of our grand aristocrats."
Okay.
You just say K?
No, but Apsy doesn't say anything. She's so upset about the little kid dying.
"Gromlet has been in great desire for such a strange creature as you. And you. Golden hair. Oh, such a fine specimen." He's over at Arin now. "You make a very good toy for the prince. Very well. This works out quite nicely. Say thank you, lesser creature."
Thank you,
"Good.
lesser creature.
Be aware that if you try what I've been informed as to shoot light from your hands anywhere near the prince, you will be decapitated with much haste. Granted, if the prince were to fall to the likes of you, well, he's not worth much, is he?"
So you want me to kill the prince?
"No. If you make an attack on him, and you kill him, good for you. You will still be killed. but good for you.
Okay, I get what you're saying, and I just tap my nose and wink at him.
Anyways, you can all call me Gerbit if you wish.
Did
I'm
you
sorry.
say
Did you say his
Kermit?
name was Kermit? Yeah, like.
Gerbit. His name is Gerbit.
Okay.
Uh huh. Sure.
Kermit's
Sure.
cousin.
His
Sure.
name is Gerbit. My name is Gerbit.
Kermit's lower class. He's green.
And if any of you should need me, hesitate to speak. You'll be sent in the morning. Well, wait, it's already morning. Shit. Well, have a few hours and then we'll give you breakfast. And then you go straight in. You'll have an escort on each one of you. And do not be fooled. Though we may be small in stature, we are much more dangerous than you might think. We can deal with any of you in a moment, so don't try anything. Good. Up again! And you watch as the frog sort of lift him up back onto the thing, and somebody up top, you see like this grung's going... hoisting the thing for him to get back up.
These things would be so cute if they weren't such assholes.
I'm sure they taste terrible.
So they give you guys some food in the next hour, and I need all of you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, joy of joys.
So it's food in quotation marks, basically.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, it's
man.
really bad.
Oh wow! I don't want to roll. You guys. Are just,
Oh, God.
God.
5, 5, 3.
I'm scared,
Wait,
guys.
we're all doing concert.
Yep,
Holy
you're all doing
shit.
concert.
Oops, sorry.
Brapsy
14.
got 11, and then Orin got a 14. Cool. So everybody except for Orin, you are poisoned.
For
For the
Indeterminate
foreseeable
amount of
future,
time?
You are poisoned, meaning that you have the poisoned effect. So let's disadvantage on
Ooh, that's
pretty much
rough.
everything. So, and you feel drugged and kind of groggy, but not so horrible. But it's just enough to make you just feel like, oh my god. Oh.
So you guys have a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Yeah, on D&D Beyond, if you go to the conditions box, you can slide poisoned, and it'll tell you what that does. As a reminder between sessions.
Cool.
Whoa, there it is.
Anyways, so I give you food. You are fed. It doesn't taste horrible, but it does have a little bit of a bitter aftertaste. And it leaves you feeling not full, but not better than before you ate.
Wait, speaking of food and other things, where's Grim?
I haven't seen him. I woke before the rest of you did, but I didn't see him. Sorry. He probably didn't make it, which honestly none of us should have.
I think maybe whatever magic was luring people off the cliff and like letting them slip their bonds was maybe also letting them fall safely, and it was all just to feed this awful place. Maybe.
I think that might be some, if not the whole story, at least part of it.
Think all the slaves here came off the pass?
I wouldn't be
My best
surprised.
guess.
How else are all these people getting here?
Not
It's
many
a
people
big
go into
swamp.
the Lurkwood for no reason. It's hard for them to bring other people here.
Perhaps those airship people trade slaves for stuff with these people or something.
They were just stealing that box. I don't know what was in it, but a whole bunch of people died for it.
Very, very bad day.
Everyone just keep your head down and do what you're told and don't cause any trouble and maybe we can find a way out of this. Just don't let them kill you.
Well, sounds like I got the best station here. I get to work with the prince. Lucky me.
I'll try to disguise myself as soon as I can. Something.
Good luck to all of you. Luckily, I've got Mitnia with me.
Stick together as much as you can.
Just kind of looks at him like.
We'll try to find each other and I mean at least we know we can trust everyone here. But
Okay, so you guys, it is 8 o'clock. If you guys want to stop, we can, or if you want, we can do your first day as servants in the Grung village of, God, I forgot what it's called again already.
depends how long you think that's gonna take.
Grumbulalap.
I'm good to keep going.
I'm good.
I mean, how long do you think it would take? You're the DM. You're muted.
No, I'm not.
Oh, well, you did. Okay. Your mic didn't pick it up then.
I don't know. It just depends. I mean,
Okay, well, we can start, but I want to be done by like 8:30.
okay. We'll see what happens. So, gotta split the party. So, Seti, they grab you out of the cage, and you are led down a path through the swamp to what looks like a very large, shallow pool, in which you see tons of tadpoles, and some of them that are semi-formed. They're all green. Every single one of them is green.
Oh,
And you see a lot of them are rolling around on the ground or in the mud, and they're just going.
They meant kids.
And they are like playing, and they're hopping around or trying to hop, but mostly just like falling around each other. Honestly, despite
Yeah, it sounds really cute.
maybe not to you, but it's pretty damn cute. And as you get there, you see some grung that are around the pool, some blue ones and some green ones. And as you approach, they smile at you. And they come and say, and then they check you out, and one of them touches your hair and then smiles at you some more. Says, and brings you down, grabs your hand, and there's like a green one on one side and a blue one on the other, and they grab your hand and they start leading you down to the pool. And down there, you can see that there are grungs in there. They're turning these little critters over in the water, and they're washing them, and they're teaching them how to swim, and other ones how to breathe out of the water. Just like it's like
have to, like,
reverse
burp them.
swim classes, and burping them, yeah, all kinds of stuff. And they're just taking care of like hundreds of just tadpoles and grungs and stuff.
Do I see any other like humanoids or?
You do see another humanoid there, and you see that there's you can tell these are female grung, and there's one giving water to a human that is down there who just looks fucking blitzed out of its mind, but is still like sort of like cradling the children, and like eyes are saggy and just looks miserable, but also there's like a little bit of like kindness in the eyes when they treat the kid, when they're taking care of the kids. But looking at their eyes, you kind of feel like maybe they've been taking in this poison for a long damn time.
Oh boy.
You didn't hear anything you just said.
I guess I just tried to.
Make a
Work?
animal handling check for this if you want to take care of some kids.
I want to
Oops, I
try
killed
to
one.
like if I can sort of throughout the day just kind of mosey a little bit closer to the other humanoid person.
Sure.
6. Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, you're really bad at it.
I
They're
told
kind of
them.
like, you get tackled by kids a lot. They're just like all on top of you, and it's kind of like being like having a waterbed fall on top of you. It's just like so much movement and slime and slither, and these things are just like and like they're like playing around on you and climbing up inside of your like lifting up your your potato sack
No.
going.
It's not funny. You're so rude. I hate you. And just try to smack them off. And...
Yeah, they're kids. They act like kids. But you can make your way over towards the other human if you want. You can see that you're like there are a couple of other, like you're still stationed. There's men with or grunts with spears around, and they're just going laughing at you.
Yeah, like I'll let the chaos continue, but I'll like just try to. Hey, what's your name?
It's a woman, human. She's got gray hair. She doesn't look that old though. You can see stress has gotten to her, or maybe being poisoned every day. And as she looks at you, she says, "Hello.
Hey.
Oh, are you here to take care of little ones as well? It's a good position to have. It's a good position to have. It's good for the children." Mm-hmm. She gets this hum softly as she rocks the kid back and forth.
How long have you been here?
Mm-hmm. Shh, you'll wake the little one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She seems kind of out of her mind.
Cool. I still have shackles on? No. I have
Yep.
to. I do, okay. I assume there's some range of motion though. I'm
Yes,
not just
there is. You can move your hands around. They are around your wrists. They're not binding the wrists together. They are bound to your wrists. They prevent you from doing magic.
Well, as in magic that requires gestures.
No, they prevent you from doing magic.
They're anti-magic
entirely.
manacles. Okay.
They're anti-magic manacles that burn you when you attempt to use magic.
Okay. Well, basically, I will do as I'm told, and if I see other humanoids that seem to be in better shape than this person, I will try to talk to them. But mostly, I am just keeping my eyes out for anything that I might be able to pick a lock with.
Yeah. Okay. Now make me a investigation check.
Team.
You find a little piece of scrap metal.
Hang on, let me double check that. Oh, it is. Never mind. I thought I just got.
Yeah. Now you find a little piece of scrap metal that you think would probably be okay. It might need to be bent back into shape a little bit. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I'm just going to keep it until I have like a good moment alone. Like I might just.
Okay.
I mean, bury it in my
so-
hair if my hair is still tied back.
That
or-
said, you, with the exception of being poisoned from your cage, you are treated relatively well. Cool. So you basically have your day before you are returned to your cage. Mitnir. When you walk in, you see these grung are hammering away or sewing like cloths together, or they're, trying to sharpen stones into things, or some of them are even creating art and doing sculptures. Like there's a whole bunch of dumb shit going on that these things, some of them are like just banging, like putting a rock on top of another rock and backing up and just going, hmm. And the other one just knocks the rock over and they go, oh no! Like it's just like, it's not the best, but like you can tell that some of them are actually skilled artisans among them. And they're mostly blue grungs. Like you don't see any greens at all. And as you get there, they sit you down and they put like a rock in front of you and they're like, just like make it something. And then you see Cleary sits down. He's like, oh dear, art. This won't be so bad. he starts actually chiseling away and like trying to make some art. And they treat you pretty well there. Like there's no, again, same as what happened with SETI. There's no like real, they're not violent or vicious towards you. They see you come in, they put you to work, and then what are you gonna do with your art piece, or are you gonna try to do blacksmithing, or you're gonna try to do leather crafting? What are you trying to do?
I feel like we're just gonna put the strength to use and do some like blacksmithing, like try and go over towards
Okay.
that stuff.
Go ahead and make me a what is that called? There's a thing for it. You're not proficient with
No.
those, so just make me a strength check.
There's a 22.
22. Yeah, you're hammering it and you're flattening it out, and you watch this Grong sitting there like, holy shit! Like he's got his thing, and he's speaking in Grong, but you're telling he's going as you're like hammering this metal, but you find as you're doing it, like you're flattening out the metal, but then it's just breaking every time. And then, like, as you're fucking around with this stuff, he's like, "Oh, and then he just bops you on the head, goes, and he tries to show you how to do it, and then you go right back at it, and you break it again. He's like, "Fuck!" And so you spend the day, and they're trying to teach you how to do it, but you're just breaking stuff nonstop. So eventually, they just have you flat out the metal, and then there's somebody just sitting there holding it for you, and they take it away. They're like, "Oh."
Just keeps hammering, like metal's not there. Just like, huh?
Yeah, they find a way. Basically, you help them like create kind of like a assembly line. And at the end of the day, before they send you away, one of them grabs you around like an old one grabs you around and goes, and he hands you like a wineskin to drink from.
I down the thing.
Yeah, I mean it's tastes like shit, but it's alcohol. Like
Yep.
You're kind of like a hero to them, and then they look at Cleary. Cleary makes some like pretty good art, like objective. Well, I don't know. Let's roll. Usually roll pretty bad. Nah, okay, it's okay art. And then like he's working on it, and then you see like they take one look at it, and then like a couple of them they just like and just like knock it over. And Cleary's like, "But that was good," and they go, "Yeah, bro."
Like after down the skin, I'm just gonna kind of look at it and look at the guy and kind of be like, and hand him back the skin.
Yeah, right. And he's like, get that up. So you're not really sure what they're saying, but they seem to like you, okay. So that's pretty much how you spend your day. Like they like that you're big and muscular, so they make you do a bunch of muscle stuff. Greed.
Oh,
You
boy.
find yourself in a large hut that looks like it's made out of looks like it's made of like a giant snail shell. Like there's a round table, and then there's all kinds of grung that are either purple or red sitting around this table, and they are just yelling at each other in all kinds of different languages. As you sit down next to this one particular grung that you are sat down next to him, sort of behind, he turns and he looks at you and he goes, "What do you know? About what?" In common.
I know a fair amount. I've seen my fair share.
Your knowledge will be tested here.
Oh, great.
My name is Prunty. Or as pronounced now tongue, Bridget. And I am going to be your master. You have a lot to learn. You're going to be useful to me. Misbehave. Trust me, you'll be dealt with.
With all of the yelling and stuff going on, can I just try to telepathically talk to him? And just go, is it always so loud and feverish in this room?
Yes, they're all quite pathetic. None of them are very good at making plans. They all just yell at each other until eventually somebody higher up decides what we're doing. But we all get treated well, so.
Would you like me to try to get them to shut up for a moment?
Not on your first day. They can be very dangerous, these, and you're my first servant in a while. I'd like to keep you around.
Oh boy. Alright, and I sit cross-legged and try to listen in on whatever the hell I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's mostly just grung talk, and every now and again, one of them gestures towards you and just like says some rude shit in common. Like some of these actually seem to speak common and be relatively smart. After a while, he leads you away from the meeting and says, "We have time to train our new lower lessons." And he brings you out, and you see there are blue and green grungs lined up in a line as he approaches, and they go, "Down, down, pretty, pretty." And he says, "No, settle down, settle down. Take your position." And they all just grab their spears and they start going through motions. And it's like basically you're just standing there next to him, and he's like, "Bring me water," or "Bring me wine," or what have you. And you're just kind of doing gopher work for him. But basically the entire time, he's just like, anytime somebody fucks up, one of these grungs fucks up, you watch as he walks up and he beats the shit out of them. Like he'll knock them to the ground, he'll step on their head, spit on them. Like it's vicious. But he's more or less not rude to you.
Okay. At some point during the day, telepathically, I'll just. Can you teach me to speak your language while we're at it? Might help in the room.
Of course I can try, but it's very difficult for one of your, with your paltry, lame, short tongue, to talk our language.
I was able to talk to you telepathically. I'm sure I'll be able to pick up on what you throw down.
Good. We can work on it as time goes by. Assuming you last. Okay. So that's how you spend your day. It's, I mean, not bad. Not great, but not bad. Brapsi.
Mm-hmm.
The grung that has Mitnir's sword is the one that you are sent to.
Okay.
As you are brought to his personal house, which is up in the trees, and he's got you like a little chain around your leg, and he's got you like you see as he gets there, he's just like, "Ooh, oh, you're so pretty, Barb." I like the pretty Barb. And then he walks and he you see like he puts like bird feed in front of you and like squats down and he's like, "You put the bird feed." And he picks it up and he tries to hand feed you bird feed.
Perhaps he just starts crying.
And he goes, "Oh, you're the bub." And he like sort of tries to stroke your head.
Okay.
And
Perhaps
you
he's
spend
just
your
dead
day
inside.
you just spend your day being like fawned over by this idiot.
How big is he?
He's the fat one, like the big fat red one. So he's still only like, I guess he's shorter than you. Like he's like 3.5 feet tall. He's
I'm 3.5
tall,
feet tall. We're the same
but
size.
He's the same size, but he's like real fat. Real fat. Like big giant bulbous belly. And like, you know, he's not, as the day goes on, like he fawns over you and he just like sits there kicking his legs back, laying on his bed and just checking you out. And he's really nice to you. But if any of his servants make even the tiniest mistakes, his grunk servants, he is vicious to them. Like there at one point he kicks a green grung straight out of the building, like to plummet.
Like smaller grung,
Yeah,
younger. Okay.
like a green grung.
If he starts like yelling and getting aggressive, Brapsi will stand in between him and the other one.
Okay, so well that one he just like it's just like so sudden.
Okay.
Like it's like he's like picking, like he's like clipping his toenails or something, and like he
Ew.
nips him, and so he just kicks the guy straight out of the building, and the guy you hear, stupid ground. But pretty Barb made do a good thing. And so like honestly, they don't make you work, they don't make you do anything. He just fawns over you. And he gets you a lot of bird feed, which I assume you really don't want. So That's how you spend your day before they return
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
They
And
do
I mean,
eventually
dying
return you to the
inside.
cage,
Okay.
even
Probably
though he
better
wants to
than the
keep you.
poison.
But they bring you to entertain him, and then you're taken away at some point.
Hmm. Okay.
He says, "Bye, put the burbs. See you tomorrow."
I like how I'm a pet on loan.
Aaron. They bring you to the nearly the top of the canopy, just rising on these different levers all around, and until you reach what looks like, honestly, it's basically a palace in the trees. It's very large, well designed, well built. You're not sure how long it took these small creatures to make this, but it was probably generations. You see as you walk in, there's hordes of treasures, just sort of shoved to the side or on pedestals, the things they find shiny and unique. You walked inside, and you do see like there are gold grungs here. Actually, like look like they're made out of gold, and they're just hanging out and relaxing on like almost like thrones in the center of this sort of large canopy building that sort of goes around the top of this large tree. And they bring you to the side to a side room, and they lead you in, and there is a relatively fit looking grung sitting there, and he's just got his legs crossed, and he's just sitting there and chilling. And as you walk in, he says, "What is it?" In common, and say, "Really? You're bringing me another servant, are you?" And he stands up again, 3 feet tall, walks up, and he just looks up at you and goes, "At least this one looks a little bit less pathetic." He reaches up and he grabs your shirt and he pulls you down. Do you resist, or
No, I'll allow it.
it pulls you down face to face, and you're looking at him, and his eyes are like he's like kind of cool to look at, actually. He's like this pretty cool looking frog. And he looks at you and goes, he looks at you from eye to eye. And then his expression kind of softens a bit. And he whispers, "Sorry about this." And then he just throws you to the ground.
Okay.
Says, "Ha ha ha, pathetic." And he starts like kicking you, not super hard, but not enough to do damage, but starts kicking you. And he says, "Thank you, that'll be enough." And they go, "Oh," and they sort of back out of the room. And as they close the door behind him, he says, "Sorry about that." And he sets you up, and he grabs a cup of tea and a teapot, and he pours it for you. He says, "So, were you captured alone, or were there others with you?" He just sits there, and he crosses his leg, and he sits there, and he looks at you cordially.
I was with a group.
"Interesting. Tell me all about them. What kind of lives have they led? Where did you all come from? The past, I assume."
Well, I don't know a lot about them. I just met them on the pass.
The more you can tell me, the better. Are they strong? Are they warriors? Are they simply just travelers? Or what are they?
Well, as a group, we could handle ourselves in a fight.
Very interesting. Just tell me everything that's happened to you. And so he just sits down and he brings you tea. And anytime a servant walks in, he yells at them and starts yelling at you.
I'm still sitting there in like a potato sack.
Yep, still sitting in a potato sack.
Yeah, all right, I'll tell him what I know.
Yeah, so he spends the day, and you guys just sip tea
We'll have a chat.
and have a chat. And that's the whole thing. That's what you do all day. As far as you can tell, the prince, he tells you his name. His name is Gruglin. And he is the prince of this village. And he apologizes for how horrible his people are.
All right.
And
Unexpected.
and then at the end of the day, he says, "Thank you for your time. And I will see you tomorrow. We might have some things to attend to. But in the meantime, wish you well. Oh, and yeah, and he hands you food, enough for 5 people. Keep it under your
I'll
coat.
hide it in my sack.
Don't eat the food that they give you. It drives them all madness. I would go down there myself, but it's well.
Perhaps if I'm going to be serving you, other clothing might be in order?
Make a persuasion check.
Yes, sir. I'd like to not be naked, please.
Persuasion, said?
Yep.
Mm,
5.
what was it?
He looks at you and he goes,
Yep, that's what seems about right.
"Yeah, no. If I did that, then they would start thinking that you were getting too much favoritism, and frankly, it's not the appearance I've made for myself. My parents
Oh.
do not like me giving other creatures the same honors that I would any other grung.
I just thought if I was going to be coming to this beautiful palace, I wouldn't look like a bum off the streets.
You've got to reroll.
Oh, reroll? Go ahead and reroll.
Be more persuasive.
Thank you,
That's-
Dallas.
Probably going to be terrible again. Oh, wait, no. Nat 20. Never
Says,
mind.
oh, well, of course.
Extra thank you, Dallas.
I can arrange for your old clothes actually to be returned to you, but it'll probably be a few days before I can locate it. If you'll just describe them for me and give me a list of clothing that you were wearing, I'll be sure to have them returned to you.
Yes, well, it was white and gold. Well, white.
Yeah, so we can skip it because
Tunics.
of time. So you get it all put together. And then, babe, if you'll return for just a little bit so we can do some wrap up here. Babe. She's like doing dishes or some shit.
Babe, come back.
Anyways, so after that, you guys are all returned to your more or less holding cells. It's all repaired and all nice. Mitnir's, yours has been reinforced.
It's like,
And they return you all to your spots. And Cleary's just like, well, how was all of your day?
I guess I'll speak first. I'll look around, though. Is there any of them frog people near us?
There is the same guard that was there and a couple of other guards as well. And you can see that though it is dark out, there are a couple of other differently like higher tier colored grungs that are sort of walking around now, just enjoying the nightlife, as it were.
I'll just say I had an interesting conversation with the prince today.
The prince, wow, yeah. I guess I heard that you were going to be sent as a servant. Was he horrible?
No, at least not yet.
Going to telepathically to or anything to say out.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Sorry. Anything you're afraid to say out loud?
So I'll respond. I can respond telepathically, I assume.
I believe so.
So in my head, I'll just say, well, he apologized for how terrible his people are. I don't think he has the same mindset as most of them.
Okay. And I'll relay that to the rest of the group telepathically.
And I'll just finally, at the end of that, it'll just say, could be a potential ally, perhaps.
As you guys are sitting there, you see red and purple adolescent grungs start moving their way towards you. They're smaller, but you can see they're holding themselves very proud and high and mighty. And as they do, they go, "Bigra, bigra," and they start moving to the So like motioning to the guards to disperse, and the guards just shy away and start moving. And then they move up to each of you, and they're just like, they start poking at you and prodding you with sticks.
Like just sticks or like spears?
For now, just sticks. They're just poking at you. They're poking you, Mitnir, with sticks. The hard scales. They're like, ooh.
I just want to grab one stick
Okay.
and then yank it into the kid. Like not pull that. I just want to take the stick.
So you grab the stick and you yank it, and it goes.
And I'm gonna look at it and just go snap to the stick and drop it back outside the cage.
And as you do that, you watch as he lifts his hand up, and he begins casting a spell at you.
I'm just gonna sit down as he casts it and look at him.
So he begins. Right before he casts the spell, you watch as his head quirks to the side and he falls to the ground. The other one starts to.
I'm gonna look at the other one then.
It starts to panic and goes. His head goes complete like sideways and then falls to the ground.
Was not me.
And then as you start shouting that, and as you do, you hear. Shh. And you turn around, and then standing on top of your cage, you all look up, and you see dressed in black, wrapped with its face completely wrapped up, with daggers at its hip. Standing there, you see completely like black frog. It's sitting up there, and it turns towards you and says, "So how do all of you feel about a revolution?"
Viva la revolution!
It can't be too much worse for us.
And that's where we'll end our session.